All right, we live. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eric from Ease Computer Solution, and it is Saturday Night Tech Talk. But you know what? I got a special edition for you guys today. I got some fans of mine, some guys that's on my Telegram groups. Also, my boss is in the building. What I'm saying is that we're gonna have us a great time. I got my man Mark T in the building. Also, my man Jay Farm in the building. You know, we gonna talk us some tech talk, and I'll try to invite some other people to come aboard, and we gonna try to see if we can get this live panel going. What's up, gentlemen? What's happening with you, man? It's the first time I've ever done this on Easy Computer Solutions. What y'all think about this going on around here? Introduce yourself, let them know who you are, and what's happening.
What's good, Easy? This your boy Mark Teasy. Appreciate you having us on, and I'm just looking forward to chopping it up, talking about some tech tonight. Let's go.
All right.
You already know me. This is Jay Farmer. You know, I love talking tech, going back and forth and debating some of the new technology out here. So I'm proud to be on board with you guys.
Yeah. So let me go on and see if I can pull up the stream right quick so I can kind of get a side by side on what's happening. Yep. And we definitely live. We got some folks on here, and let's see if I can get in here. Whoa, so we got one more person just joined. We got Leo in the building. What's up with you?
Good, man. What's going on?
All right, nothing too much. We just started the stream. I see y'all guys popping up. I sent out links to about 5 people, so we just trying to get it strong. Let everybody know who you are.
Oh, what's up, man? I'm Leo. I'm mostly in the Telegram groups, talking a lot of tech with Easy and Alan and all the guys. So love smartphones. So like talking about everything, man. The Essential, Note 8, iPhone 8, everything coming out.
Right. So we go get right into it. First of all, I always do my roll call, and I see people starting to join the stream. What's up with you? Nice in the building. Also Ray in the building. I see you. All right, here we go. So we got Lewis is in the building, popped up in the building. And we got John in the building. What's up with you? I see everybody starting to join the stream. I sent out links to about 5 people to have some fun. I actually changed the name of the stream because not everybody YouTubers, so I just kind of changed the name. But we're going to talk about some tech. We got a lot of tech. This is like the tech going on of the year. First of all, go on to give Lewis the floor right quick. Lewis, introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
Hi, this is Luis. Tech for Your Needs, a.k.a. LR Nano, and you can find me everywhere in those social media as my initials, LR Nano. Right.
All right, so here we go. I see everybody jumping on the stream. And you know what? I got one interesting question, and we're going to start off the live stream talking about Microsoft. Somebody in the stream say that. Let's talk about Microsoft. Well, let me give you my take about Microsoft. Microsoft is done. I went into the ecosystem about 8-9 months ago. I used to make a lot of videos about Windows Phone, and we've been hearing for about 2 years, or maybe more than 2 years, about a Windows, Surface Phone, which never happened. And we know what the debacle with Windows, they laid off half the staff, the mobile division is shambles. They haven't released a mobile device in a year now. The Lumia, the Lumia 950 XL and the Lumia 950 was the last 2 devices that came out in 2015. It's 2017. We haven't heard anything from Microsoft. No, we've been hearing rumors, but no hardware. So I'm gonna let y'all guys get in there. What you think about Microsoft? I mean, you think they're done, or you think they might make a comeback? What's up with Microsoft? We'll answer that question first.
For me, I think Microsoft is done. I mean, you look at the operating system, you look at the support, the app support, and it's basically non-existent at this point. You know, they've been talking about a Surface Phone for how long now, like you said. So it's nothing there. I mean, nobody's.
We got feedback. Hold on a second. We got DJ. DJ just feedback the building. All right, so
I made it. I'm here.
All right.
You set up.
All right, so we got you got feedback. DJ.
Well, how do I stop that?
You got headphones?
Yeah, hang on. Let me get headphones.
Okay, I'm a mute. I'm a mute. All right, so I'm
Hey, mute
muted,
me too, so I can grab some headphones real quick.
All right, I'm gonna mute you too. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, we got DJ aboard, and we got everybody coming aboard, and we go talk about. All right, so what you think about Windows Phone? Somebody chime in about Windows.
Well, since we're talking about Windows, the phone, but also we got to think about the app ecosystem because the app is still alive. Not in the mobile division. Well, yeah, in the mobile division, but more in the laptop. So it's like entwined. You know what I mean? I mean, they don't have enough app, but they got some apps still going on.
Right, and that thing.
Go
ahead.
And the lack of support on major apps, like we discussed earlier, a couple of months ago, like some apps majors going away. That's also affect people, like PayPal and et cetera, et cetera. You get my point?
Right. All right. So I am trying to get Jay Farmer back on, and I had muted him for a second. All right. And let's get him back on here and presenting. And hey, I muted you, man, and I'm looking to unmute you. Can you go and unmute yourself?
No one's ever muted.
That is. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
So, like I was saying, right? If the major contender and players are leaving that major ecosystem of Microsoft, it speak volume because it's people leaving for a reason because the ecosystem is not working for them. They're not getting what they want. Like, why have an app if it's not supported by the actual main company? That's a waste of time. You as a developer, when you research and you're not getting nothing in return. That's my opinion.
Right, and I agree with you. And I think one of the things that Microsoft has done is just gave up on the mobile division. I mean, you think about this. If they was very serious about the mobile division, then they would take care of the mobile division. Unfortunately, they don't. I don't understand. I mean, they one of the companies that just why give up on something on a pretty good platform, which obviously it went downhill because of the app support. There's no app support for this company at all. So I don't know. What y'all think?
I think what did it in for them was just the phones. The phones were great. They had great cameras, but it just took too long for them to release new flagships. I mean, and then when they finally released the 950, the 950 XL, it was just problems. I mean, it was, they had heating issues. They weren't pushing updates fast enough. Developers were, leaving the platform. So it's a couple of things that you look at it now and it's like, who's checking for a Microsoft phone? I mean, people have been holding out hope for the Surface phone, but I mean, it's been 4 years now.
Hey, just think about it. When was the last great Windows phone that you was looking forward to? I'll tell you right now. It was the HTC HD2. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was the last great phone that had hype. It was pushed heavy in T-Mobile. It had a great screen size. It was the phone that was meant to be that successor. And then when you have, these Lumias with these crazy designs, I mean, the only thing they could push was the camera, but you can't build an ad campaign around cameras. There's no support, no ecosystem. You're not paying your developers what they need to be paid so they can port these apps over. I mean, how long did it take for them to get Instagram? Come on now.
Right, and if you look at it like that, is that why get a Microsoft device and why get into the ecosystem when Apple and Android has everything? You can get everything on Android. You can get everything on iOS. Why even go into the ecosystem when you got to be hunt for apps and there's no apps and it's no native apps. I don't want third-party apps. If I want an Instagram, I want Instagram. If I want Facebook, I don't want to go search for an app and get FaceHam or Face Play or whatever. I want to get those
Face Chat.
Face Chat, I want to get the original app. And that was the hugest problem about Microsoft. And I think over the time people got upset. And what did it for me was when I had got an email from PayPal PayPal was no longer supported in the ecosystem. I mean, they pulled all the banking apps, and also they stopped support for PayPal, and that was the last straw for me.
I went through that same thing with
DJ.
yeah, I'm here. I got earphones in. I went through that same thing with BlackBerry. I was on the BlackBerry OS 10. Man, no apps. Trying to use third-party apps. And I put a lot of money into that. I finally had to give up on BlackBerry. That's the same thing Microsoft is doing now.
Yeah, they kind of suck. You know, but overall, I think Microsoft is. I don't know if they can be able to come back. Even if think about this, even if they came out with a Surface phone. I mean, let's put this in perspective. All right, they come out with a Surface phone. Okay, so I mean, if you don't have no apps, so I mean, I could get Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel on iOS and Android. So what would be the purpose of a Surface phone? With a pen, okay, well, I could get a Galaxy Note, and I know I got all the apps. So what's the purpose of a Surface phone at this point where you have no app support? Apps makes the whole platform, and if you don't have it, then it is what it is.
They might have to go the way of BlackBerry when BlackBerry had to adapt to Android. You know, they kept their centralized apps that they, you know, their security and their quote unquote BlackBerry hub where you could, you know, congregate all your chats and your emails and all that stuff. So they might have to do something where it's natively an Android running phone with Surface software and Windows software added to it. But hey, you can do that with any phone right now, but they have to do something that's not normal.
Right. And so one of the things, and I see everybody join the stream. What's up with everybody in the building? I see Mr. Chicago in the building. I see Frank in the building. Listen, Frank, I tell you what, I want to say a special thanks to Frank. He hit me up on Instagram. He said he's sending me out a package. Thank you very much, sir. And I really appreciate that. KB in the building. KB. Hey, what's happening with you? I'm hyped. I'm stoked. I got Phone Tech at work in the building. I got all the heavy hitters in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Tonight, guys, I want to bring you guys a panel. And you know what? This is fan edition. Some YouTubers, some fans, some people on Telegram, bosses group, whatever. It's a mixture of people, not just hardcore YouTubers. We all in between. We one big, huge family. And so I just want to bring y'all guys some excitement. That's how we do it every Saturday night. All right, so let's get into some news. The LG V30, right? I mean, it's been filling up everybody's timeline. It's been, if you haven't saw a video of the LG V30 yet, then it's like, okay, it's like in La La Land. Like everybody, I've been seeing so many videos about the LG V30. What about this phone that's so special, guys? What is about this LG V30 that the G6 didn't bring to the table?
I'll say software. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I said about to say I reserve my judgment for last because I'm an LG fan. I'm the fanboy, so I just reserve mine for last.
I'm with you, Farmer. I'm with you. No, well, I think it's an outstanding device. I think LG. I said it in the Telegram book. I think LG hit it out of the park with the G6, and now they're coming with the V30. I don't know who's doing the hardware for them, but they are really. I mean, they do some really good stuff with hardware. The UI needs some work. It has improved over the years, and it's still not great, but. What they brought to this V30 this year with the OLED screen, I'm telling you that thing's gonna be a game changer. I haven't had it personally in my hand. I've seen a lot of videos, so it's hard to tell. I haven't seen it in store, but I mean, it looks like a really good device. I'm not sure when they're releasing it either. Do you know, Easy?
Well, I think we've been hearing
October,
right in October, which to me is the wrong move. I mean, you think about this, man. You really do. You're gonna have iPhones. You're gonna have the notes in everybody's hand. I mean, you're gonna have the Pixel. I mean, just all this stuff, and then you can release the device next month. Man, I don't know, man. I mean, even though the device may be the best thing since sliced bread, in about 60 days from now, will we even be thinking about the V30? I mean, you talk about next month. And I don't know, man. You got so many up and coming devices that's going to be right there. The Pixel, the iPhone. I mean, look, September 12th, guys, is the keynote address for the iPhone. So you know everybody gonna be stoked about that. Also, I mean, look, next week, everybody will be getting the Galaxy Notes. I mean, all the pre-orders, we hear rumors that the pre-orders, everybody getting confirmation that the device is on the way. So next week, you will see nothing but Galaxy Notes in people's hands. So if you're going to be 3 weeks out of a V30 or 4 weeks out of the V30, who's going to buy it?
You think they should have came out with it like this week or last week?
I think, well,
next week. I mean, because if you release it next week, you're going up against a Note. You wait a couple more weeks, you're going up against iPhone 8.
Lose situation.
It is
but you know what?
They should have released it a month ago.
Release date is very important these days.
You're right, DJ. You're right about that one. Yeah.
Release dates are very important because you release in the wrong time with the big dogs, you're going to go under.
Yeah, that's like the essential. They should have came out back in June,
guys,
you know?
Go ahead.
If you guys will remember with the V20, they did the same thing with that. Even though the Note 7 was blowing up and getting recalled, it was still selling more than the V20. They got to change their release date so that they're not coming out at the same time as all these popular phones.
Yeah, they got to come out in July.
It's not only that, because what do you see all the time with Samsung? It's not even about the release date to me. It's about how much marketing they putting into it. Because you see Samsung's on music awards, they taking selfies, they doing all types of extra crazy stuff. They putting themselves in the forefront. You don't see an LG commercial about a phone on TV or a print ad or a billboard about the LG V30 coming out. No, you hear it about on YouTube with IFA and all this stuff. It's no marketing. So,
well, you know, Farmer, they promoted the G6 on the ads pretty good. I mean, they had it on MLB during baseball, All-Star game. So
yeah,
they tried with the G6. I saw a lot of ads for the G6, which I was surprised.
I think LG got to take the Samsung approach. You remember when Samsung was trying to grow, and they were coming directly for Apple with all of the commercials saying exactly what the the Galaxies could do. That's what LG has to do.
Yeah, the people standing in line and stuff. That was a good one.
And then not only that, they have to do what Samsung did, which was actually steal ideas. And they knew they were going to get sued for it, but they stole ideas and they didn't care because guess what? Their name was getting mentioned with Apple. So you had people that were Apple fans like, what is this Samsung all about? You had Samsung fans that's just like, yes, come on, go at Apple. So.
Yeah, but can I say something? The
whole home button stuff.
But the story and the narration is different because people is like one track minded. Oh, I like Apple's Apple. They can't change. Some people is like that. So how are you going to change their mind frame if they used to two ecosystem, Samsung and Apple? People don't be like, oh, LG is the third or fourth, whatever. They don't think like that. Even my grandma or my mother be like Apple or Samsung be like LG. What's that? Because I asked her the other day.
Right, so I want to say that BG Tech has joined the group. What's up with your BG Tech in the building? What's up with you?
What's going on?
Yep. So, guys, I just want to say thank y'all very much for joining the stream, and we get deep down dirty into it. But I do agree with you that LG did make some mistakes here. I mean, you think about this: that if you're going to announce the V30, all right. It should be boxed up, packaged, ready to go. I mean, it's no pre-ordering, no nothing. I mean, come on now. I mean, they got to be sitting at the round table scratching their head like, okay. I mean, you've seen the best keynote address of the Note 8 with all the bells and whistles, and you know that Samsung is going to put every penny of marketing dollars behind this device. Also, at WWDC, all the Apple people was impressed at WWDC. Now we got rumors about the Pixel. Then, I mean, if you're going to come out with your keynote address, you should have these devices boxed and ready to go. No pre-order, no waiting 2 months before the release. Just put them out. Say, listen, if you go to AT&T store tomorrow, that device is available. Boom. Now, somebody left in the stream about the price, $750. I mean, it's a good price. It's a fair price. But look what Samsung did, right? A month before the Galaxy Note 8 release. What did Samsung do? Samsung dropped the price on the 8 Plus and the 8. You could get the 8 for like $550, and you can get the 8 Plus for $670. And I mean, wow. So at this point, you're looking at, okay, I could buy a V30 for $750, or I could buy a Galaxy S8 for $670. So that right there, that kind of sway people a little more, you know.
Yeah, but you know what's my question? How are you gonna change people's mind frame? They're already used to Samsung and Apple. See, they're running the show. So therefore, how are you gonna convert to be an OG?
Well, you know how you change it? You got to get up there with your werewolves hanging down and go full charge. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You can't just sit on the sideline and say, you know what, we're gonna tuck ourselves in the corner. No, man, you got to let them hang, man, and go out there and say, I got the best phone on the planet. You got to go out there and say, listen, beat me to the punch. Is your cameras better than mine? I mean, go out there and let them hang. If you believe that you got the best device on the planet, tell everybody that. Put it out there. Let them hang. You know, I mean, look what Huawei did. Look what did y'all see? Like the Mate 10.
Huawei was coming at Samsung, and they don't have marketing funds. They don't have, but they took their shot. And I'm a Huawei fan, but you have to take your shot. You know what I'm saying? Their processors stack up better than the 835s and all these 836s and all these numbers. Their processor is fast. Their phones don't lag. That Leica camera is boss. So, you know, they took their shot, though. They said, hey, Samsung, you want war? We ready to play.
Right. The one thing I'll say about LG is that you do got to give them credit. They're in AT&T, they're in Sprint, they're in Verizon, they're in T-Mobile, they're in Best Buy. They have both that G6 and the V20 everywhere. I mean, you see them devices everywhere.
But it's not doing them any good.
Yeah, but at least they're trying.
Yeah, because the rep in the store is not selling LG. Now, for example, if you go to the store, what they sell? Apple and Samsung. They don't mention hardly LG.
Yeah, LG may be in the store, but man, they're over in the corner in the dark.
Correct.
Nobody's the people in the store don't direct you towards those phones. As soon as you walk in there, they either hold up a Samsung or an Apple. And if you do want to see something else, they explain to you why Samsung or Apple is better.
That's where I'm at. You'd be surprised. I'm in Texas, and T-Mobile store where I go to, a couple of people, their personal phones, the G6, and the one in Austin, their personal phone was the G5 and a G6, and they say, hey, y'all could buy this for this price, but at this price, this is the better buy. Like, to me, the G6 is still the best buy out there when it comes to what you get in a phone for that price. I mean, that's just me. You know,
I can see that.
One of the things I want to say is that I want to say what's up to everybody that's joining the stream. This is Saturday Night Tech Talk. It's your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. I got a panel of guys on here, some YouTubers, some not, but they are techies, just like we all techies, all in the streams and everything. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the stream. Welcome to Saturday Night Tech Talk. This is how we do it right here with Easy Computer Solutions. All right, so since LG marketing people have not done what they due diligence, what you think about the Galaxy Note? I mean, hey, look, everybody been talking about the Galaxy Note till they blew in the face. Now you got an opportunity to go to Best Buy, go to AT&T, put your hands on this device, play around with it. Give me y'all guys' thoughts about the Galaxy? Because listen, when I was at the Samsung event, when I put my hands on that Galaxy Note and I played around with it, I freaking melted. I was like, oh, Lord, oh, Lord, oh! That's the device I've been waiting on. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm a Galaxy Note fan.
Yeah.
And, all right, so I think, and I've been talking about this for a long time, right? I've been saying this. A lot of people taking the Galaxy Note and comparing it to other devices, which nothing wrong with it when it comes down to the cameras and stuff like that. But you have to, I look at the Galaxy Note as an upgrade from the Galaxy Note 5. Now, I understand people be all easy. You wrong. They had a Galaxy Note 7. Technically, yes, but I cannot buy a Galaxy Note 7. So I don't even, that device doesn't exist. So I look at it like, okay, in my eyes, I'm looking at the Galaxy Note 5. Is it an upgrade from the Galaxy Note 5? Now, a lot of people say, well, easy. They got the Galaxy FE. Well, I cannot technically in the US, I cannot get a Galaxy FE unless I import it, right? So I look at those different aspects, and I look at it like this. Is the Galaxy Note 8 one of the best devices of 2017?
Of course.
Of course.
I
The
think
first
on
thing that when I
paper-
saw the device on the store, I went crazy. I was like, whoa, wow. Because it meet all my expectations since I have the Note 5. See, I'm the person that use the S Pen every day. See, some people buy it, but they buy it for the name and they don't use the S Pen. I used all functionality, everything. Even sometimes edit on the phone for my YouTube channel.
Y'all know that I'm not a Samsung lover of any merit,
Oh,
but I
we
have
didn't
to
know that,
admit,
DJ.
I have to admit, I went and checked out the Note 8, and it is a nice phone. It's a nice phone. It's got a lot of features, and you know, it's got a lot of gimmicks and all kinds of toys to play with. We'll
You
leave it
looking
at
at
that.
other phones, man?
I check out all phones. I'm not personally a Samsung fan because I've had some bad luck with Samsung phones in the past. But the Note 8, it's a nice phone. It's a nice phone. It's
Was your OnePlus 5 pissed at you?
the OnePlus 5 knows that she's my baby.
All right, all right.
I expected a little bit more. I don't know. It was a little underwhelming to me. You know, we'll see how this 2 gigs of RAM plays out with the software. Because to me, I mean, the optimization is trash on Samsung. That's
I
just my
agree.
opinion. Like the optimization is horrible. The app stutters and redraws when you're coming out of folders. When you're closing out, sometimes you just home screen redraws again. Like it's no
Phone reboots
optimization on
itself.
Samsung
It's
phones.
horrible.
Like, but I got an S8 Plus, and I like the S8 Plus because of the body, the way it looks. It's not because of the software. Like, if they actually optimize the software, like we could compare it to other OEMs. I'm not even talking about LG. We could talk about Huawei software where it has a skin on it, and it's a heavy skin, and it's still optimized. Like, it's horrible how Samsung. I don't know. Like swipe over to Bixby real quick and see how long it takes. And grab a Pixel and swipe over to Google to Google Now and see how long that takes. Like, come on now, like get it together, Samsung. But I was underwhelmed. I don't know.
Their skin is so heavy. That's the thing with Samsung. That you get the bells and whistles, but you don't get good gas mileage on the Samsungs. But you get all that extra stuff that people like. I mean,
you don't use.
Yeah, I mean, it takes. I mean, I don't know. The Note 8 takes like 28 gigabytes just to run their skin. So, you got to give up something. That's just the way Samsung is.
That's what you get with Samsung. I mean, you get all the bells and whistles, and you get the lag. I mean, that's a feature with the all.
Yeah, you get 6 gigabytes of RAM and lag.
So is that? Do you believe that 2 extra gigs of RAM is going to help with that Samsung heavy skin and the lag and all that?
I don't think it's going to make a difference, man. I don't know. If you have some kind of lag measurer, if they sell one, I don't know that.
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter if it's not.
We talk about this in the group. I mean, it's half of it's optimization and half of it, like people are like, oh man, the OnePlus is fast. Yeah, the OnePlus is fast because it don't do nothing but talk, text, and surf the internet. You can't do nothing else with it. Like, it's no iris scanner. It's no iris scanner. Don't
hate on OnePlus because they don't throw everything into their damn phones and slow them down now.
They don't throw anything at all.
They gave us a dual camera this year.
That's true.
So, like, check this out, right?
You get email on that thing?
Go ahead.
So what I want to do is I am going to put the phone number down in the stream so people have an opportunity to call in. I got my Bluetooth speaker ready to go. So we're going to let the fans call in and ask us the questions of what they think about whatever. So I'm going to put that down in the stream. So we may get some phone calls, guys, and we're going to continue the stream.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the Note 8 gonna be lag daddy. And I can tell you, when I played around with it, the hour, 2 or 3 hours that I had with it, obviously. But you know what? The unlocked version had hardly no apps on it. It was a pretty smooth experience. So, but let's see what it's all about. I can tell you that, like with my Note 5, I'm not getting that lag. Now, I do see some stuttering every now and then with the S8, but that's, that's what you get with Samsung, but they give you everything underneath the sun. That's the whole thing.
Easy, in your opinion, Easy, do you like the design of the Note 8 or the Note 7?
I like the design of the Note 8, and the reason why is because when I put it side by side with the Note 5 with the 16:9 aspect ratio, you're not losing no real estate, because the Note 8 has that boxy look, and it is almost the same width as the Note 5, so you're not losing that real estate. That I thought that was my biggest concern with the Note 5 going to the Note 8 was that was go because of the 18:9 aspect ratio. But Samsung did something. I made a video about that. I put my Note 5 next to the Note 8, and you do not lose no screen real estate. Actually, you gain in tall, but you're not losing anything there. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, because I think the Note 7 is resembled the S Galaxy 8.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, I think Samsung, they got to knock it out the park. But they're gonna put a lot of marketing dollars behind this device, guys. I mean, they really go put. I mean, you gonna hear Galaxy Note commercials all over the place. I'll put the phone number in the stream, guys. If you want to call in, go on and get into the discussion. I got the phone number down the stream. You're more than welcome to call in. I got the Bluetooth speaker ready for everybody to call in and see what it's all about. Hey, Mark T, I have a question for you. What happened to this essential crap, man? I mean, you finally got your refund. Let us know your horrible experience. And look, speak up a little bit because you're a little low on the mic. But let us know your experience with this essential phone.
So I ordered the essential phone a couple days after they announced that you could actually order them, and everything looked good. I mean, at that time they said they were shipping them in 7 days. So 7 days came. Am I still pixelated?
No, I see it. A little bit. Good.
You're not bad.
Okay.
You're not bad.
So I ordered the essential phone. They said it was shipping in 7 days, and they missed the original ship date. And so finally I said, you know what? I'm going to get a refund. I'm just going to wait. So that's when the BS started. I sent them an email. Hey, I want a refund. Then they said, oh, no, we're shipping soon. And that carried on for like 4 days. And finally I said, okay, you know what? This is it. I want my money back. And that's when, I heard nothing. I heard nothing from them. They told me, oh, you can't cancel. The phones are packed up, ready to go out. And that's when all the madness started with I guess they leaked some customers' information, and customers started, they offer customers LifeLock and free phones. This is a bunch of BS. Finally, long story short, I got my refund back. I got my money back Friday, but I'm done with this. Yeah.
All right, so we getting a phone call in, and we could go on and let this person in. They hung up. All right, so the phone was ringing, and we was trying to get somebody in, but they hung up. So the person that just called in, go on and redial us back. Let us know. Go ahead and call us back. You let the phone ring like two times, and you hung up. So call us back, and I'll get you live on the air. You'll be the first one live on the air. So call us back.
So Mark, you got your money back on Friday?
Yep.
I got my essential on Thursday, and I've been rocking it since yesterday. I just got back in town.
So how is it?
Checking it out. It's not bad. I mean, it's the build quality on it is amazing. I mean, it's smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's all screen.
It's like G6. It's
like
a G6.
It's like a G6. A G6 a little. I want to say the G6 is a little. Feels like it's a little smaller than this one, just a tad. This is obviously running completely, bare bones vanilla Android. The camera, I put up some shots in the. I'm gonna put them in the Telegram group. I put them in the group me. I did the essential phone pictures, and then I took the same pictures with the Google camera on here, and then I took pictures with the U11 because everybody says the U11 has a great camera. So I'll put those up. The camera didn't look terrible to me. It's not a Samsung camera. It's not a Pixel camera. It's not a U11 camera. But the experience is fine. I mean, I see nothing. I know there's been a lot of drama with them shipping it out. I mean, I had the same thing, Mark. They said they're going to ship it in 7 days. I emailed them. I said, hey, what's the deal? And they said, oh, we're going to ship it out in a couple days. And then they finally did. And I finally got it last Thursday. And I was out of town. So I had to, when I got here Friday back in Miami, is when I opened it up and started using it.
So the issue with them is they don't even have a support page. You go to
No, you can't. My friend said he was calling them. He's like, no one's picking up the phone. I go, dummy, email them. They're like OnePlus. They got like 4 people working there, you know? So is it worth, you got to email them.
Was it worth the price? Was it worth what you paid for it?
I personally do not think it's worth $700. I think it's worth $550, $600. I think.
Right.
No, it doesn't have wireless charger.
For that pipe,
it doesn't have. You know,
hey,
it doesn't
DJ,
have.
Hey, hold on a second. 1 second. Hey, DJ, you're breathing in the mic, man. We hear you.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
I'm
like,
God. No, he was getting all hot when I said OnePlus. He got all excited. You know?
You're gonna leave poor OnePlus alone. Leave poor OnePlus alone. They can't help it. They can't help it. They only got 4 people working in the basement. Damn it.
OnePlus. I don't care.
At least OnePlus will give you a refund if you want a refund.
You know what?
Yeah. True story.
You make a good point because I returned my phone and I got my money back the next day. No problem.
From OnePlus?
From OnePlus. No problem.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they gotten a lot better. Somebody, DJ, you had a problem with one of the ROMs, right? And you called them and they hooked you up?
Yeah, they hooked me up the next day. They had remote to my computer. I had the phone up. I just sit there. Awesome, they did all the work, unbricked it for me, everything. So
yeah, you got.
I had no problem with it.
I knew that ROM you're talking about. It happened to a buddy of mine. Yeah, that happened to a buddy of mine. That Lineage, or which one was it?
Oh, I was trying to do Freedom OS. Freedom OS.
Yeah,
Freedom OS.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with Freedom, man. You won't have no freedom. No, you won't have no freedom after you flash that sucker. No,
well, I can tell you what, if you don't know how to root and rhyme your phone, you should go on and not do it. You know, I mean, it's one of those things.
Hey, it's trial and error. It's trial and error.
It's trial and error. I was teaching myself.
Trust me, we all break phones at the beginning because I did a couple of phones before I learned.
Yeah, I will say though, I think I am going to go on and get that V30 though. I do like the look of the V30. I'm not a Samsung fan, but I had LG back in the day. I had like a G4 that I really enjoyed till the damn thing went into boot loop. But
mine's too.
But I really there's something about that V30 that just caught my attention that like Samsung doesn't do for me. But that V30, it's looking good, so I think I'm gonna go on and pick that up and give it a try.
I think they did good with the design. I think they did good with the design. They got the Samsung front and the LG back. You can't go wrong with that.
Let me ask you this question, right? Do you compare a V30 to a Note 8, or do you compare a V30 to a S8?
No. S8 Plus.
Yeah, it's more like an S8 Plus.
S8 Plus.
S8 Plus.
It's an S8 Plus. It's an S8 because what? The screen on the V30 is what?
6 inches.
Right. So
but it's that same ratio. The tall, thin screen. Yeah, 18 by 9. No bezels. Well, minimum bezels.
So in hand, it should probably feel more like a S8 than the S8 Plus. Am I right?
No, I mean, 0.2 inches. Come on, that's 0.2. 6.2. 0.2 inches.
You're going 0.2 either down or you're going to go up. Hey, everything makes a difference in this world, right?
Every inch counts.
0.2 inches ain't an inch. But it might help you out.
That's what she said.
So check this out, right? All right, so Apple is having a keynote address for the iPhone event, which is on the 12th, which is not that far from it, 10 days.
Yes, sir.
After WWDC, I was stoked. I was hyped up about it. I mean, I love WWDC. I'd say that this was one of the best WWDCs that I ever saw, besides Steve Jobs. Now, what do you think that Apple's going to bring to the table? Now, we've been hearing a lot of conflict reports about the new iPhones and stuff like that. Are they really going to bring 3 iPhones at this event?
I think they will.
I think they will.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. I think they're going to have the 7s, S7, S Plus, and the iPhone X. I guarantee you.
Yep,
they're going to blow it
edition.
out. Yep, they're going to blow it out.
Yeah,
they're going to blow it out.
I think they're going to do it just because they know that not everybody's going to want to shell out the 11 or 1200 for the iPhone 8. So they're going to have those cheaper models where you can still say, hey, I got a brand new iPhone, but you didn't have to shell out that $1,200 for it.
But you know what? That's crazy, though, because, I mean, you think about this. I mean, you got the 7S and the 7S Plus, right? And you know doggone well that 8 going to be so gorgeous, beautiful, new design, and aspect ratio is going to have the dual cameras, all the bells and whistles and everything else. And you roll around with the S8, I mean, with the 7S and the 7. I mean, I don't know. I think it'd be a little awkward for me. But, hey, look, I know everybody, you know, is not like me. But I think I'll go for like the best of the best.
I mean, think about this though, Easy. I mean, some people still buy the iPhone SE, even though you got the 7 Plus and the 7.
True story.
I mean, it's a market for everybody. So,
but the thing is, well, we only say this because it's Apple, because we only used to them coming out with 2 devices. Like Samsung, they come out with 3 devices. It usually have the S7, S7 Edge, Note 7, S8, S8 Plus, Note 8. There's always 3 different tiers, but this is the first time it's come out in succession at one time. You haven't seen 3 new devices pop up by one OEM at one time.
So is Apple really going to get rid of the fingerprint scanner?
I hope not. If they do, it might be a deal breaker for me. I'm not quite there with the iris scanning and facial recognition. So, I need Touch ID. If not, I might sit it out until they have it under the screen.
I have to agree with that. I like my fingerprint reader.
Hey, that's technology.
I like my fingerprint reader on phones that has good placement. So I don't even use the one on the S8 Plus.
Yeah, but you know what the best placement, I keep saying every stream, everywhere that I go, is Sony. Sony did it the best way because they got in the power button. So therefore, you're getting realistic on the screen. If you put it under the glass, if something happened, then where the fingerprint, how you gonna fix it? You got to take out the glass and fix it inside. You see what I mean?
Well, the thing about it is, here's the gripe that I got. I mean, by the way, Sony fingerprint scanners in the United States doesn't work. You got to get an international one because the one I got on my X8 Premium does not work. And the thing about it is, I do agree that if it can be on a power button, but here's the problem. You know what, Louis, you bring a good point as far as what if the screen break if they put it underneath the glass? That's going to be very, very tricky because if the screen do crack, I see it all the time. I see cracked iPhones everywhere. So if Touch ID is going to be underneath the glass and all of a sudden you got a cracked screen, booyah, you done.
Yeah, that on-screen fingerprint must be a lot harder than we all know because Samsung would have done it this year and Apple would have done it this year. So there must be something that it can't be done or something's going on there.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I'm looking at is, okay, so if the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7S have the traditional look, I mean, with the big forehead and chin, and then you got the iPhone 8 that does not have a fingerprint scanner, is Apple going into the fragmentation territory, even though they make their own hardware and software? Because you know Android is a mess. But I mean, you have a device with Touch ID and a device that doesn't have Touch ID. And you know, Apple gonna spend like 45 minutes explaining why they took away Touch ID. I mean, you know, they keynote address, that's how they gonna do it.
I feel like they might be messing with their own sales because most folks that's gonna buy that want the newest of the new, that's the masses that buy the iPhone, the new iPhone, because they want the newest iPhone out, not because it's better or because they feel like it's more features. They just want the newest iPhone out. And when you bringing out a 7 and the 8 at the same time, folks not gonna buy that 7. They're gonna buy the 8 because they want to be able to say, I got the iPhone 8. That's what the masses want to do.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
So Yeah.
They're still going to sell. They're still going to sell because
I agree.
It's still an iPhone. They're still that phone that is not even going to hurt their pockets at all because people are going to see those new colors. They're going to see that there's a new iPhone. It's going to be something that iPhone can do that this one can do that you can differentiate. Just like the 6S and the 6S Plus. The only difference was the S on the back of the phone. Guess what? People ran to that. You know, oh my God, the new iPhone is out. You couldn't even tell by looking at it if you had a new iPhone or not. So
they sell more cases. They sell more accessories. I mean, it's just it's an empire.
But you got to give it to Apple. They got the best customer service.
Yeah, the customer service is solid.
Yep. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I do think that Apple is strategizing how they go do their keynote. And we got a call, guys. So we can go on and get this call in. Yo, you're live with Easy Computer Solution in the panel here for the very first time on this YouTube channel. I got all these guys on. Who's this?
TJ.
Whoa, TJ in the building. What's up with you? Let me turn you up a little bit. Make sure we can hear you. You there?
I have a few questions. The $1,200 price tag for the iPhone 8.
Okay.
And that red phone.
Okay.
Do you think Apple and that camera company going after one another?
You think? Wait. So you're saying that Apple and Red is going against each other as far as pricing?
Yeah. As far as pricing?
Nah. The Red phone is a camera company. They're not going against Apple. This is a totally different thing. I mean, you got to think about the Red phone.
No, I'm saying besides the camera situation.
Oh, besides the camera? I don't know. I mean, right now, the stuff that we've seen about Red is very sketchy. It's not like I think Red is going to be catered towards a niche market as far as, with good cameras and go try to sell you this $10,000 camera or whatever. I mean, I think that's what Red is going to do. I don't think that Red is going to go after Apple or maybe as far as cameras or anything. I think if you know about Red product, they specialize in high-end camera products. So I'm not sure whether or not Red, I think Red is doing their first attempt at a smartphone with high-end cameras. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think, nobody's going to, I don't know, man. I mean, we got to wait and see more detail, but I don't think Red is going after Apple. That's two different. Red is not going
after anybody. It's just one of them things that they're just doing. They're just putting themselves out there.
Yep. Fingerprint reader for the X8 Premium, I think it is.
Well, Sony XZ Premium fingerprint scan is not available in the United States. I got one. I actually did a lot of videos about it. You could flash.
I don't get why they do that.
Well, because it was some FCC stuff that they had to go through, that they had to disable it due to some regulation issues between the United States and Sony. So that's why they disabled the fingerprint scanner. Now, you can buy the international one to get the fingerprint scanner, but I believe that all of Sony devices in the United States will not have a fingerprint scanner.
But you would have to pay the high price and bring it in and then pay for customs and all that other stuff that it brings.
Well, that's either that or Sony won't sell phones in the United States. I mean, that's the agreement. I think Sony wants to sell their phones in the United States, but I believe that some regulations or some stuff that happened to Sony that either they disable the fingerprint scanner or don't sell no devices in the United States. And so at least you can make some money in the United States by disabling the fingerprint scanner or not making any money at all by not even selling in the United States. I think that's the two choices that Sony has.
And I have another quick question for you. Does anybody in the panel use the Bixby button?
Okay, so everybody that's in the panel that has Galaxy S8s, Do y'all guys use the Bixby button? That's the question that he has.
I use it when I press it by mistake. Like,
Exactly.
it's still here.
Yeah, they're smart to put in a smart place. That's the whole key.
I use it. I mean, I don't use it. I tried to use it when they came out with the update when it was like doing more with the phone, where you could tell a phone more what to do and get a phone more direction through it. But I didn't continue to use it.
I don't know why they have it there.
Okay.
I don't think half the people use it.
All right. So for what's happening here, TJ, they got people in the panel answer your question, and I think what's going on, you got your volume turned down on your stream and you're not hearing it. So they do have people that.
I know. I don't even have. I'm not watching you guys on another device.
Okay, so let me go on a recap. A lot of the guys in the panel saying that as far as Bixby, they use it by accident. I mean, you might see Bixby pop up on the screen when by accident. It happens to be all the time. Bixby, no, I use Google now. I just use the hot keyword from Google, and it works fine. I mean, I don't use Bixby. Now, a lot of people say that Bixby is good. It does a lot of functionality on your phone, but I'm not sold on Bixby yet. So maybe with the Galaxy Note 8, I might be sold.
Right there with the functionality, it's there, but it's there, but it's not fully.
Not fully baked, right? And I don't
like fully there. If you get what Bixby, I mean by that.
It still needs a lot of work. Anytime I've tried to use Bixby and give it commands, I have to repeat myself 2 and 3 times. I mean, I love Samsung, but that's something I could have done without.
Right. That's they need to let go. They need to let it go. Every time I try to take a screenshot, I make a mistake and hit the button.
Yeah, but remember.
So all right. So TJ, what's happening is as you answer your questions, they got people in the panel that's answering your questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go, and because I got another person ringing in. But what you want to do is when you call in, guys, you might want to have like the stream showing on another device or maybe on the computer, so because people are answering the questions that people are.
My bad.
All right, no problem. But
my mistake.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. But the phone is ringing out of control, so I'm going to let you go.
Yeah. I'll let people in.
All right. Thank you very much, man, for calling in.
Anytime.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yo, Easy.
Yes.
I got to cut out, but I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Okay,
I'll talk to you guys.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Thanks a
lot.
lot,
man. You have a good night.
Leo in the building. All right. Good.
All right. Peace.
So let's go on to make sure we get this right, guys. Anybody that called into the stream, please make sure you do have something that you could here. We got somebody else calling. Yo, you're live with Easy Computer Solutions. Who's this?
Oh, it's your boy Uno, man. Who else, bro?
What's up with you, man? Last time you called in, man, you had this awesome discussion, man. How's it going?
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. I'm glad you enjoyed your trip to New York. I'm glad you made it there and made it back safely. Everything was all good. It was good seeing you and Jay Will connected. That was a good look.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. I enjoyed following you through your little journey. Everything was cool, man. So,
And you know what? Since I've been an internet guy, been on YouTube and stuff, it's actually a first time experience for me, by the way, because I ain't never been to a Samsung event, and some of the things that I'm going through on YouTube, it's all first time for me, man. So I'm still kind of wet behind the ears, and I'm still learning, man.
Hey, man, everybody learning. Everybody learns something new every day, man. The one who knows it all knows nothing.
That's right. So what you think about what's going on? What's your question? What you got to talk about tonight? What's up?
All right. Let me start off with this V30 thing first. Let's go there. Everybody on the panel, they listening, right? Everybody hear me?
They all hear you.
Yep. All right, that's
Watch what you say.
This is V30. LG
We got the number one LG fan in here.
Anybody out there from LG is listening or paying attention to this stream, but I hope so, because apparently y'all ain't learned y'all lesson yet. As far as I'm concerned, the V30, they done priced it too high. They doing the same, you know what, that they did with the LG G6. They have not learned a thing. They about to learn. So they are about to learn.
Can I answer this real quick?
On the panel, we're saying if they were going to put the phone out, they should have put it out maybe a month or two ago versus putting it out now.
That's what I said.
Not a good idea. Yep. Not for what the price they're charging for it.
Right,
so like you said, hey, with the S8 and the S8 Plus dropping their prices down and it's lower, that's a big problem.
All right, so let me go ahead and let Jay Farmer respond to that because he do have a response for you. Go ahead, Jay.
Because my thing is when the S8 Plus first came out, how much was the S8 Plus? What, 8 something with tax? Round about 800 something bucks. The S8 was about 7 something when it first came out. So why would they underprice themselves when they first come out? Because it's not like it's a mid-tier device like the OnePlus.
Unfortunately, I can't hear you.
Okay. All right, so let's go to do a quick recap, guys. When you call in the stream, you might have you might need a secondary device so you can listen, because right now we all got headphones on and we can hear each other and the stream can hear us.
Got you.
But y'all guys that call in can't hear. So what you might want to do is, because we got Jay Farmer responding to your comment there. But but I'm gonna go to let you finish.
I'm firing up my computer right now, yo.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
First off, OnePlus is not a mid-tier device.
My thing is just
it's just a cheaper flagship.
They're gonna learn to start listening more. Yeah, they listening in a way. They're listening to what we want on our devices. We complain to Samsung about how they ditched the SD card, and we complain and we got it back. You know what I'm saying? It's little stuff like that we complain enough, and they do respond. I still want to see an IR blaster come back. I still ain't seen that yet. I'm still kind of, but I miss it. That's the reason I miss my Note 4, man. I was like, the best thing on my Note 4 was that IR blaster. I wore that sucker out, boy. But it's this. Apparently, that's not coming back. And I see a lot of phones that did have it. They're doing away with it also. They're not having it no more. So
right. Well, I think
what it is.
I think what you're seeing in the last couple of years, you see a lot of things go away. Headphone jacks, IR blaster, removable batteries. I mean, you start to see a lot of those things go away.
The headphone jack, I think they're I think that it's too early for that. I can see where they're going, of course. Because most of the people who are using headphones. We Bluetooth now. Everything's Bluetooth. I mean, your computer, your TVs, your phones, even your stereo systems in your cars. People buy stereo systems in their cars, and even if it does have a CD player or whatever, they just streaming stuff with their phone most of the time through Bluetooth. You know what I'm saying? That's where we headed. But I don't think we there yet to the point where they should be taking away that headphone jack.
I'm back.
I can guarantee you that the average person that has Bluetooth headphones probably got some more headphones that they got the 3.5 millimeter head jack, you know what I'm saying? And they still use them on occasionally, especially like we say, for that backup. You'd be on that long train ride or bus ride or that flight or whatever, and the Bluetooth batteries go dead. Now, mind you, most people carry an external battery pack or whatever, to charge them back up. But while they charging back up, man, you still want to listen to your music or watch a movie or whatever you're doing with your phone, man. So, I think it's just too early for that.
Right. Hey, listen, I agree. But I tell you what, I think what you're going to see is the low end mid-tier devices is going to keep the headphone jacks, and you're going to see the high end devices. Don't know why, but you're going to see the high end devices that's going to go away with the headphone jack. Don't know why, but that's the. But look, and like I said, when Apple did it, that's going to be the change.
Oh yeah, we know that was. Yeah, exactly. Samsung and Apple, whatever they do, everybody else kind of looks at it, sees how it goes, and they might, like you said, some of the lower end companies, they might want to be like, well, we're still the same type of thing, or but after a while they're like, nah, we're gonna have to roll with the leaders of the crew, with the head, head honchos, whatever you want to call them,
Right. So
we already know Samsung and Apple, they lead the way in everything.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and let you go, and I'm gonna let the panel answer these questions that you did put out there, because a lot of them itching to start answering the question for you.
I got one more, Eric.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me get one more thing in.
All right.
Okay. I'm still. I don't know about the rest of your panel. Okay, they can talk about this too after this question. This is it for me. All right, I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
That screen aspect ratio. That what is it? 18.5 by 9 or 18.9.5, whatever it is. I'm still like kind of about it, man. I'm still like not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, I'm getting the Note 8. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting it anyway. I'm getting it. I'm getting it anyway. But I'm still just kind of like wishing that 16 by 9 was still here. I really, I don't know, man. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but I'm just not totally sold on that aspect ratio yet. There's really no mainstream, content really made for that. I mean, yeah, granted, maybe Netflix or somebody will optimize their stuff eventually, or maybe there's a few things there now. I really don't know, but I'll find out. But for the most part, man, like the mainstream, we got a long ways to go for everybody to get there. And then you're talking about apps and stuff on your phone. They're not necessarily optimized for it. And yeah, there's a button where you can crop and all this other stuff, but I don't know, man. I mean, there's just so many things that we're not ready for that yet. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
There's too many things that we're not ready for. I understand that they're trying to move forward, and I love innovation and everything, but I think we're pushing things a little bit too fast. That's all I'm saying. All right, you guys can go ahead and do what y'all do.
I appreciate you calling in, my man. Nice. That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate you calling.
For sure. You know how we do, man.
For sure.
All right, then I'll holler.
All right, later. Woohoo! Boy, I tell you what, he bring in some interesting stuff. I know Jay Farmer wanted to go on and chime in.
I'm awake.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what price will he want the phone to be priced at. I mean, you can't price it too low. You can't price it too high. I think $750 is the perfect price because, I mean, just look at the Sony phone. You go in Best Buy. How much is that phone? $800?
Yeah, $899. That's how much I think I paid eight something down.
Like it looks like a Hershey bar. Like it's like the bezels is huge. Like and we complaining about $750. Do we realize how much the Note is going to cost if you don't do no trade-ins? Like, say if you that baller that wants to buy a phone, how much it's going to cost outright? But most of the time, and a lot of people complain about prices like they're going to shell out the cash right up front. No, you're not. You're going to go to T-Mobile, AT&T. You're going to be like, hey, I want to trade in my device. I got good credit. Oh, no money down? Okay, yes, I'll take the phone. Oh, only $100? All right, I'll buy it. No, you're not going to sit there and be like, take my hard-earned $950 and give me that phone. Now, I do that a lot of times, but a lot of people don't do that. So, I don't know. And then the 18 by 9, that's the new, that's it. Like, you have to be ready for it. Shoot, people wasn't ready for no headphone jack with the iPhone. Guess what? They didn't care. They did it anyway. So you got to adapt. I mean, what you going to say? No, I'm going to go back to buying a blue phone from Best Buy? No.
So look,
no, but you know,
I tell you what, didn't when the iPhone 5 came out from the iPhone 4S, did they change the aspect ratio of that thing? Didn't that phone got taller? Remember they talked about it? It got taller and narrower. So iPhone 5, they actually started the trend of the aspect ratios because they, instead of making it wide, they went into a long stance. So Apple did it with the iPhone 5.
But you know what it is? Sometimes people is afraid of change. Sometimes change is good. You know what I mean? We can't stay in the same world forever. Then we'll become stale and technology won't progress. That's how I see it.
Right, we gotta make sure we get some mods in the building here. Yeah, all right, cool.
I think what he was trying to say though is that you can now buy the Galaxy S8 for under $700. So who's going to go buy the V30 for $750 if they can get the Galaxy S8 Plus for cheaper?
A lot of people, especially if they know about that camera. Trust me, people that buy V series phones or G series know about those cameras. And
yeah, LG's always been top notch with their cameras.
That V camera is something crazy where you could pinpoint a object and zoom in on that object while you record. Man, come on, stop playing. Give me that all day long.
Right, so I'm glad we got mods in the building because we, every time we do these streams and you got all these people on here, you always go get one bozo to try to get their 60 seconds of fame. We could go on to delete them, block them, and get rid of them as soon as possible. Soon as
who was the Richard? Who was Richard?
No. We had one bozo. We had one bozo on there that did something stupid. You know how
Richard don't want to call in here tonight.
I got a question, right? I got a question. Now, okay. The V30, right? I like the V30. I like the new software. It looked like their interface is getting better over at LG. But if you look at like the G6 and the V10, and then the G5 and the V20, noticeable differences. Between the G6 and the V30, is the V30 really that much better, or is it just like a G6 Plus? Because even though it might have been a gimmick, you still had that extra screen on the V10 and the V20. But now with the V30, you getting what? Like, let me be correct, 0.3 inches for everybody. You're getting 0.3 inches. You're getting some better software, but how much? Like, are you really getting that much more coming from a G6 to a V30?
IPS versus OLED. That's one. Give me that
right
all
there.
Day long.
Right.
That screen right there makes it VR ready.
That's it.
Give me that all day long. Then number two, still that camera and the way that body looks. You put the body of the V30 against the G6 flipping around.
Somebody's calling.
Totally,
So we got somebody calling. We're gonna get somebody on there. Here we go.
I wasn't excited for the G6. I am for the V30.
Easy Computer Solution.
Oh, brother, there goes the bullshit Jay Farmer.
Here we go.
Hey. Yo, hello. Oh, he hung up.
That was that shitty. Shitty Samsung he was on.
Hey, that's what happens when you talk trash to me.
Oh, he hung up by accident. Oh, we had the most.
That wasn't an accident.
He got scared.
Nah, it's all good. Y'all know, Richard is, he be calling in and having fun. He just said, "Go that Jay Farmer guy." Oh man. You might say that Richard is the most hated guy on YouTube, but Jay Farmer, boy, you be stirring them up on Telegram, man. I tell you.
Hey, man, listen. Hey, let me tell the story real quick, man. We had this one dude hop into the Telegram. He said, "Man, I love the way Motorola is doing things over there." I was like, "Motorola? No, Lenovo." He was like, "No, I just love the way Motorola is doing business." What? Doing what business? They were sold twice. It's Lenovo. You like the way Lenovo is doing? Oh, man, he got upset. So, yeah, he left. That didn't last long.
But it's all good. Mark T. T. All right, so you had the U11, you had you had the iPhones, you had everything. You had everything, Mark T. What device? What is your favorite device this year?
So far, I would say the U11.
Okay.
It's great battery life. Had the 835, and I'm talking about the 6 gigabyte, 128 gigabytes of storage. The only problem with the U11 were the bezels.
Hold on, somebody's calling.
Yeah, so somebody calling in. Let me go and let them in. Yo, you're live with Easy Computer Solutions. Who's this?
Oh, brother.
Oh, here he is.
LG heads are now making excuses.
So no, what this is? Somebody playing. See, wait a minute. Now that's somebody just calling.
That's
in
a recording.
That's
a recording. And that's somebody from the group. That's somebody from the group. They got one of the Telegram.
So all right, I hung up on it because look, y'all taking snippets from Telegram groups and putting it out there. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. All right, so Mark T was talking about the U11. Nah, man, we not gonna let him back in here. No. We gonna turn that down a little bit. Go ahead on and talk about what you need to talk about, because the same person keep calling.
All right, for me, it was the U11. I mean, the The only problem I had with the U11 is Sense is becoming dated. I mean, I like Edge Sense. I like the build. The cameras were on point. It's just the operating itself right now is just dated. I mean, HTC got to push some updates and, fix that, just spruce up that operating system they got. That's the only thing.
What about Apple though, right? Because I had somebody tell me, okay, yeah, Sense works perfect. Sense works very good, very fluid. But it's the same. It's been the same forever. Yep. And that was a person that loves iPhones. And I'm like, well, you can say the same thing about iPhone. So exactly. I guess it's acceptable for, iOS, but not acceptable in the world of Android where we want different, I guess.
I think the same thing with iOS, to be honest. I think that's long overdue for revamping too. I mean, they added some things in iOS 11, but I mean, you use your iPhone for a week and you tired of it because it's the same thing. It's been the same thing for a long time now.
I feel the same way. That person they love iPhone, and then they said that about the HTC phone. That's what threw me off. Like, okay, you love iPhone, but they doing the same thing you're complaining about over here on Android.
Same thing.
Right. So
that person trying to call.
Yeah, we had another person called. I'm getting all jersey numbers. So the first person that called in with all the richest stuff, I didn't let them through. But I had somebody else call, and I ain't let them through neither. So look, I would let the next person in, but I wanted to let y'all go down and finish y'all comments about that before I let the next person in. But I'm going to go ahead and put the phone lines wide open for the next person to call in. I got the phone number down in the stream, guys, look, here's the thing. Here's a disclaimer. If you go call in the show, you got to have some type of secondary device so you can hear, by the chance, anybody respond to your comments. So that's kind of more of a disclaimer because we all got headphones on and we cannot hear nothing. They cannot hear nothing you saying. So, but I can tell you this much. In 2017, we seen something that a phenomena happened. We seen aspect ratio changes. We saw devices got slammed by YouTubers. We saw devices that came out with high price points, but all of a sudden came down in a matter of weeks. I mean, we saw a lot of stuff happening in 2017. I don't know, is that paving the way for 2018? I mean, I'm looking at. I predicted in 2017 that we're going to have foldable displays. That didn't happen. So are we going to go to the 4K and the foldable displays in 2018 and all this aspect ratio? I think that's going to be a normal thing. No headphone jacks, no high IR blasters, no removable batteries. I think we're going to get that. But let me let this person in. Let me see.
Don't forget we had our first 8 gigabyte phone released to the public. Don't forget that one.
Easy Computer Solutions.
Our first 8 gig RAM phone.
It's Alan Anthony, Phone Tech at Work, Talk Shit Elite Captain. What's up?
Oh, we got Phone Tech at Work in the building. What's up with you?
Hey man, how do you like my voice messages, man?
See, I knew that was you, man.
Yo, you straight up ignore my calls.
I know. I said, no, look at that.
I was about to let y'all know it was me, but you kept hanging up on me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just calling to tell you guys that I'm enjoying the stream and I'm just chilling back watching you guys and just glad to see that a lot of the guys from the same group are in the same group. I mean, in the same stream, man. It's pretty epic for me, man. Yeah, I'm just chilling out watching this out.
For sure.
Hey, yo, Jay Farmer. Typical Jay Farmer.
Typical Jay Farmer and his LG.
I just wanted to
get off your knees.
I got a question for you guys.
Oh yeah, man. I really appreciate you coming through, man.
Hey, that's my boss.
All right. So, at the end of the day, right? Who's getting the V30? I just want to know that straight up.
I'm gonna get it.
You know I am.
I'm gonna try the V30. I like the look of the V30.
The V30. I'm getting the V30. BG Tech Life. Are you getting the V30?
I may. After I buy the Note 8, I may get
it. You're getting it.
How about BG Tech
Life? Get that damn Note 8. Get your V30.
Yeah. All right. So what about you, Mark T? Are you getting the V30?
Of course, I buy every flagship that comes
That is. So Mark T said he's getting it. DJ is getting it. VG Tech Life said he on the fence. Jay Farmer, he's already to put his credit card on the line. So it's all good. It's all
I donated
good.
blood and everything.
All right, Easy. I'm gonna hop back in the chat box, man. But I appreciate about how you bringing on all the fans up in here, man.
All right, man.
It's pretty dope how you did that.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Later, brother, man.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you already know my situation. I ain't buying no phone this year.
Yeah, well, yeah, Lewis says he's chilling out this year because what he's doing is he's upping his equipment. He's getting all his bells and whistles for his equipment, and he's been actually showing us some stuff. I've seen some snippets of everything, and it actually looks good, man. So going into 2018, man, hey, look, we're gonna be looking forward to all those great videos that you're gonna bring to the table. All right, we got one more person calling in. Let's see what we got. Yo, you're live with Easy Computer Solution in the live panel. Who is this? Hello. Hang on a second. Let's see. I got somebody on here, but did they hang up? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Somehow it jumped off. Hold on. Are you still on here? Let me put you back on the Bluetooth. Yeah, you live. Yo. You there?
Hey guys, this is Don.
Hey Don, what's up with you?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, sir. You can hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, man, I tell one thing I want to tell you before you even get started with your question is, man, all our prayers goes out to y'all guys in Texas, especially coming from somebody that went through Katrina. Man, I do understand the devastation that happened down to that's going on in Texas right now. So, man, you got our prayers down in New Orleans, Louisiana, man, and from everybody here, man.
I thank you on thank you on behalf of everybody that's a lot worse off than I am. I'm north of it, so
okay,
about 4 hours away from the danger zone. So,
all right. So what's on your mind tonight, sir?
Hey guys, I wanted to talk about. I tuned in a little bit late, but I want to talk about the disappointment of the Essential phone because
that thing was a rip-off and a joke.
Andy Rubin messed up like he has. It just doesn't make sense to me. He's got money behind him. He's got Amazon helping him, and I just, you guys were talking about. I appreciate this panel tonight, all your different perspectives, and Eric, thanks for having a good stream tonight and making it entertaining, of course. But back to the point is we were talking about iOS and not changing, and then Android people are just assumed to want the latest and greatest and the changes and the developments and the progress in their technology. But why did he mess up so bad? I mean, he had a chance to make something different and new, and he didn't do it.
I can tell you why.
What do you guys think?
I can tell you why he messed up. I can tell you that. It's easy why he messed up. First of all, you got to think about it. He's supposed to be the father of Android. He's a business guy. Obviously, he had enough talk to get investors to invest billions of dollars, $1 billion towards the cause. The problem is that maybe he sat down and he left somebody else in charge, and they just didn't do it right. Instead of him handling his business, maybe the people beneath him didn't do what they're supposed to do. The product wasn't ready to go. I think he talked too fast, thinking that the product was going to be ready, and it wasn't ready. And I think that hurt. That hurt. Believe it or not. You know what? At the end of the day, everything falls on him. Everything falls on him. I mean, the whole debacle of him got to give LifeLock and refunds and free phones and everything. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're the boss, you're in charge.
Are we sure he even messed up though?
I'm gonna hang up and listen, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So you know what? That brings in another point, DJ. Did he even mess up? I mean, because we blaming him because he is the guy leading the charge. But again, think about this as a business owner, or if you're a manager. I mean, you got your subordinates that's underneath you. Some decisions that they might have made that kind of got this, this train wreck, right? I mean, you think about this: the communication department, or if they had one, or the production department. Who's headed that? These are the things that he probably didn't even know. And I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. But
do you think he's going to lose any money on all of this, or is he going to make money?
Yes, he's going to lose money. You
think he's going to lose that?
Yeah, because I mean, you think about this after the debacle. I mean, you got everybody now don't want the phone.
I mean, that's true.
And most
and now even if he can, go ahead.
Most businesses, it's hard to turn a profit over in the first year. I mean, because you got a lot of production costs, a lot of R&D, you got a lot of logistic costs. So it's going to be hard to turn a profit as it is, especially in the mobile industry where it's already, tough to, sell a bunch of phones anyway. So for him to come out, his number one mistake was back when they first announced it was giving the release date. If the phone wasn't ready, he should have kept his mouth closed until it was off the production line and it was ready to ship out. That was his number one mistake, coming out and promising a release date.
Yeah, and I do agree with you. And the thing about it is, people take your word. They say, okay, when they interviewed him, he said it's going to be out 30 days, and it didn't happen. I mean, we waited 2 months for the device to come out. But I mean, you still had a lot of things that happened, a huge debacle. But Albert made a good comment. Albert said that he ain't losing nothing. The investors losing. Man, I'm gonna tell you. You think about this raw deal, right? If the investors losing this deal, what type of credibility does he has in the future? That's the whole thing. I mean, the credibility. He can't come out with a Central Phone 2.
No one's gonna give him a chance.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So he has to fix somehow. He has to, do whatever he has to do to fix this first.
The way I look at this situation, though, is I think that he went into it saying, oh, my name is going to carry the whole project. I think he had a little bit of arrogance there and put too much on just his name alone being able to carry everything.
What'd you say, Jay Farmer?
No, what I was getting ready to say was, I mean, granted, this is their first year. This is their first year of, producing a phone. But you got to remember OnePlus, when they first came out, what issues they had their very first year. First, it was an invite system. Then they didn't have enough product to push out the phones in a proper time when the invite system came out. So every year it was progressively better. So, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to buy the Central Phone for the price that they're. Their biggest problem was the price. To me, that phone was priced too high for what it offered. So that was their biggest thing. They need to fix that more than they need to fix the logistics or them sitting it on a proper time, because being a first-year company, granted, the guy's the godfather of Google. Great, he's good at coding. Basically, that's what it's saying. He's good at putting the operating system together. But that doesn't mean he's great at business. So he needs to put those people that's good at business in line for him to push forward on the next cycle of phones, because this is not going to be the last Central Phone. It's not.
Yeah, but can I say something? Why? But he didn't reinvent the wheel. He just picked up Android again, so he's back with Android. So it's nothing new. You see? So he's back in Circle 1. So he didn't create nothing new. He just created a Pixel, but a Pixel phone like naked. So nothing's new there. So that's what I question.
Go ahead. I think, with the phone, right? I thought about this phone early, even though it's not a phone I really follow or was ever really interested in. First of all, the name is the Essential. So what you getting, the name is the Essential. If you think of the name, what you getting was the basics. And I don't think it was enough. Actually, I think they were more focused on build quality. I'm just talking about the phone, not even how they put the phone out or how they sold the phone or their customer service. I just think they was like, okay, we're going to take basic Android and then we're going to put this, whatever titanium frame. They just putting a simple phone out and then focusing on the build like it was a phone made by Ferrari or something, like one of them phones, like a Porsche phone where it's just Android 6.0 on there, but it got Porsche on there. I think they was coming from that angle, and it just.
I would like to ask, though, what Jay Farmer was saying about how he didn't have the right people. Do you think all those people who left him actually hurt him, and now he didn't know where to go from there when those people, all like that one guy went to Google and all that? Do you think that may have hurt him because he didn't have anybody to take over those positions, and so he didn't know what to do?
I think it does, man, because that's a big part of building a successful company is having the people behind you. You need one figurehead, that one person that's going to stand out above everybody else. But everybody knows that the figurehead isn't the one that does the business. He's the one that is basically liaison. The people behind the scenes is the one that actually does the marketing, does the promotion, does the R&D, does the logistics, does everything else. And I don't think he has the proper channels there. And it takes a while. We've seen what happened with OnePlus. I keep going back to OnePlus because you've seen the growth with OnePlus. I remember at one time you couldn't get OnePlus on an email or a phone at one time when the OnePlus first came out. And now they got tech support. They do it via remote. You know, they hook your stuff up. You know, you break a phone, you call them. Oh, no problem, no worries, we fix it for you. So it's going to take time. I don't believe this is going to be his last phone, but he has to put stuff, and he can't price it at that point. The biggest thing that people complain about is the price. If that was a $600 phone, nobody would be complaining.
So y'all think this phone was only a failure due to the business aspect? Y'all don't think the phone?
That's it.
If the business would have been right and the phone would have dropped, the phone as it is at the price that it is, it would have been a hot commodity.
I think the camera
price. That's it. They're the software. We was complaining about the OnePlus. We was complaining about the OnePlus camera until they pushed out that software update for the OnePlus 5, and now it got stabilization and all that good stuff, and it looks 10 times better than when it first dropped. So
yeah, but can I say something? You can only do so much with software. If you don't got the right optics and everything with the camera behind, it won't. No matter how many software you put, it won't get better.
I mean, we're not talking about a 2-megapixel camera. We talking about, you know, high-end optics with a nice aperture. So I'm pretty sure software update is going to help.
Well, I could tell you this much. I could tell you, like, with the Citra, it does goes back to the business model, and it goes to the beginning of the business model. When we heard the rumors about the Citra phone, when he went on the show, he spoke a lot about the device he had in his hand. He talked about the release date. He talked about that it's going to be on, you know, Sprint. He talked about a lot of things. He talked about the mods. He talked about that the phone is going to be your device, and then finally, a month and a half or 2 months later, we get the device. We got problem after problem after problem. We got the scam with the emailers, and then we still can't get the device. A lot of people on Twitter saying that they try to cancel the order. They get replies saying that you can't cancel your order. You get people that's getting the devices, and now we get the real reviews, and the real reviews talking about how bad the cameras are, how it's not really essential. You don't have headphone jacks. The battery life is not that great. And you don't have any accessories for this device. You only got the 360 camera. Where the mods at? I mean, where's the mods? I mean, you think about that. I mean, what is up with all of that? I mean, you don't have the product ready. It didn't release on time. You got a couple of high-end people that work for the company bowed out. I mean, you got the investors that went on and came aboard here. But now, what's the deal? It's time for you to produce.
The business. Too many things went wrong at the same time. I mean, you can't have a bad business practices and put out a half-baked product with key missing features. I mean, you know, you talk about, you know, not having a headphone jack, having a bad camera, and what Essential is already on record saying that they compromised in some areas, in particular the camera, and they're just not going to fix it. I mean, you go out and you look at YouTube videos, and, you know, that's something they said at one of their events in LA, that, hey, we know it's bad. It's not something that's going to be addressed. You know, we'll probably release a mod, you know, where you can attach it to the phone and improve the camera. But right now it is what it is.
And you know what's so crazy about it, Mark T? Isn't the camera the most important thing on most smartphones? I mean, for the last 4 years, they all been talking about cameras. Every keynote address
it's about the camera.
All about the cameras. Yeah. They'll kill the battery life on the device, but the cameras better be the best. So how could Andy even develop a device and not even focus on camera? You want to focus on build quality, but man, I could deal with subpar battery life. I could deal with, maybe, metal bill or whatever. But man, when it comes down to the optics of the camera, that's something that totally dog meat, 100% dog meat in the camera. I mean,
it has to be on point. Everybody use social media, Instagram, camera, everything. It's all about camera. So,
yep. So
I would say that the camera's used more on a phone now than the phone's actually used to talking to people. The phone's got to be the main. The camera's got to be the main thing that companies are concentrating on. Just like OnePlus did with the OnePlus 5, even though they kind of failed on their promises a little bit, they tried to put the camera as the main thing. And Samsung does that. All companies now, they understand that the camera has to come first now on a phone pretty much to make it sell.
Right, and you know what? And believe it or not, we can even go back to 2014, Galaxy Note 4, awesome camera, Galaxy S5, Galaxy S4. I mean, 2013, 2014 devices was already rocking high-end, beautiful cameras way back then. So how could you get it wrong? I mean, think about how not the Pixel, but when you talk about the Android Nexus devices, how they got killed and smoked because how bad the cameras were. The Nexus 6, the Nexus 5, all those devices had terrible cameras. So that's why you looked at how Google really emphasized cameras on the Pixel.
I give you a quick example. Name a pure Android device that had a great camera besides the Pixel.
None.
And that's why we go back to the bells and the whistles that we say slow down the phone and make it this and make it that. But then again, all them high end phones that has all these bells and whistles have a decent so we got to take that into consideration too sometimes. But OnePlus did a good job with the updates for their camera, so I can't knock them for it. So,
so let's go and get into the comments. I see a lot of people leaving a lot of comments, and shouts out to KB in the building. Me personally, I feel that the Central Phone will join the next bit Robin. You know what? I see a lot of people put those comments in, and believe it or not, I don't know. See, here's the difference between the Next Bit Robin. The Next Bit Robin was a startup company that was kind of getting money from GoFundMe's and stuff like that. But the Central Phone from Andy Rubin got large investors. I mean, when you talk about $1 billion of capital rolling around in that company versus the Next Bit, I would agree with you. The concept of Next Bit, I can see that is going that way. I don't think that they would ever pull the Central Phone as a Next Bit. But I do agree with you. It's kind of remind you of the Next Bit. Think about this: when everybody started investing in this NextBit Robin, I liked the Next Bit, by the way, but it was one of those devices that you could see that it was coming to a slow end. You see that it came to a slow end, and I think that's what happened with this Essential Phone. But guess what? $700. It's out there. People can't get it. I mean, I've seen it on Amazon. It is available on Amazon. We've seen it at Best Buy on their website. We also seen that people are seeing it popping up in Sprint stores. They see the display, but they don't see the phone. So I don't know. It's just it's bad after bad after bad with this. So I don't know.
But it's a combo, it's a combination. Your camera and display is a combination that should work together, because you take a great picture and your display is what? Your viewfinder. So if I got a phone with a great camera, I need a great display to be able to take that picture. And also, I don't want to have to pull out my laptop to look at the picture. I want to look at my phone and look at the picture. So all the best phones got to have a great display and a great camera. They work hand in hand. That's like the mystique. Like, that's why the Samsung phones sell like they sell, because you got that display and you got that camera.
Well, you know what? I was thinking about this too. Isn't people trusting Samsung now and trusting Apple? Because you got to think about it. I mean, you could walk into an Apple store and they trust it, And we got a phone call coming in, so we can answer this one. Yo, you live with Easy Computer Solution in the live panel. Who is this?
What's up, Easy and the crew?
What's up? Who is this?
Hey, guys. This is Eli from Chicago.
Woohoo! Eli from Chicago. We got an Apple fan in the building. What's up with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I know you guys are talking about cell phones, but I just wanted to throw something in the mix here with tablets. I know you mentioned it briefly, the iPad Pro 10.5. I don't know if you guys ever picked one up and what you guys think about it after, a couple of the hype is down now, a couple of months in. Just your opinion on that.
Okay, I can give you opinion. I can give you opinion on it. The iPad, the new one, it has the 120 hertz refresh rate. It's iPad is gorgeous. It does exactly what iPad has been doing since the beginning of time. This is one of the things I talk about when it comes out to, like, for me in business. In business, I can't use an iPad. Because you think about this, I make plenty of videos about this. I hook up Bluetooth, mouse. I got like 4 printers hooked up to a cell phone or even an Android tablet. I mean, I can have, because I like the ecosystem that you can hook up Bluetooth. It's kind of open source, right? But with Apple, I had to have an Apple Ready printer. I had to have an Apple Ready this, Apple Ready that, Apple Ready this. And those items, it ain't like you could just walk in the store and say, look, I want a Bluetooth printer. You have to look at the specs and make sure it's Apple approved. And that's like in my business, I just like, you know what, I got printers and it all works off of Android tablets. But with my iPad, I can't get it to work. So it's just one of those things, flexibility with Apple.
I'm using my iPad Pro now. And
let me apologize to all of you and your panel for not being able to experience what I experienced, a tablet that actually works. Because I got nothing wrong with the Samsung tablet, and that thing is not what I thought it would be.
Right, and like I said, I can tell you, you're right. Listen, I got my iPad sitting back here, and I use the iPad 12, and I use the iPad 9.7, iPad Pro.
I got a 12.9.
You know what? I mean, it works great. I don't knock the functionality, the speed, everything you could do on the iPad. I mean, you got apps for everything. I'm not knocking the ecosystem of Apple.
Yeah, I was just being silly.
Right? Yeah, no. You good. But what I'm knocking is if I walk in my business, I can hook up my Bluetooth printer. Almost don't matter what kind of printer it is, and it will work. I could hook up different aspects of different things, any kind of mouse, any kind of keyboard. It doesn't have to be Apple approved. I could go buy a $4 mouse and it will sync up with my tablet, a keyboard and so on and so forth. And using the Samsung DeX, I could plug up USB peripherals to that device, and I could run multiple things, multiple monitors, and well, I didn't say multiple monitors, but I could plug it up to any HDMI monitor, and it works. But with Apple, if I wanted to hook up to a bigger screen, I had to have an Apple TV, or I had to have some type of. But I mean, I can use an HDMI, man, that I could plug up right to my TV, and it works on my Samsung device.
Yeah,
let me jump in here for a minute.
Okay, Eric. You guys over here look like they're ready to pounce on me.
Nah, man, you good. No, you good, man. No.
Hey, I just want to. I'm gonna let you guys go, but I wanted to ask. I didn't hear anything about the Exxon 8. Any news on that? You guys been hearing anybody?
Wait, what happened there?
The ZTE Exxon 8. I haven't been hearing any news about that. You can hear anything like that?
That's because ZTE learned that they're drug dealer phones and they don't want to bring out no more high-class phones.
Well, ZTE phones, I haven't heard anything about the Exxon 8. I mean, right now they're flying high on the Exxon 7. Exxon 7 is probably a device that they might just kind of let it ride for a little while before we get the Exxon 8. I mean, right now the Exxon 7 is probably one of the best devices, period, of ZTE
ever.
I mean, I'm not knocking it.
The best phone they've ever made.
Yeah, best phone they ever made.
Yeah, but Eric, getting back to the tablet.
Awesome. I want to thank you guys, honestly, for always taking the time out, to talk, to put this thing together, and we appreciate that. I know you guys have other things you guys could be doing. You guys are out here doing this, and we really appreciate your views and your thoughts, guys. So keep it up.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
All right, guys. All right, be safe, man.
Now he brings in some points. I'm gonna let y'all go on and capitalize on that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. You said that, but that's your case scenario. That's not everybody. If you consider the mass consumer, your average consumer, they're not gonna go in a business situation. So I see that from your point of view, but not everybody in the same situation.
Right.
People use tablets right now for games and media. They don't.
Correct.
99% of the people don't use it for business. I mean, I see people, share PowerPoints through that, but that's about it. But not business functionality. Tablets have never become a laptop replacement anyway. So, I mean, Apple be trying to gear itself towards it, but it's not going to happen.
And if you're only using it for media, and why are you getting an iPad Pro in the beginning? I mean, you can get to be honest, you can get one of those throwaway tablets that T-Mobile give you, every month. One of those LG 8.0 pads. If you're not trying to be productive, why get an iPad Pro? I mean,
I bought an iPad Pro for production, and I ain't even gonna lie. Honestly, like I'm job disappointed. Like I bought it not knowing that you couldn't hook up. There's no mouse you can hook up to this thing. And once I realized that, I'm like,
yeah, and I talk about that a lot, man.
I'm sitting there researching and normally I do my research on something like that, but I was looking at different mice while I was on Amazon. It was like some of them was like, for Mac, and I'm thinking like, okay, this is gonna work, but it didn't work. So I use it. I think iOS 11 is trying to take this in the right direction more than iPhone. I think iPads will get more use out of iOS 11 than an iPhone because it's the multitasking and stuff like that. But it's really, I had more fun with my Note Pro 12.2, but that
Note Pro was a beast.
The battery became too slow. It just got too slow. I really wish Samsung would drop a souped up Note Pro 12.2, and that would be my go-to. And stop playing with.
They do. They have the S3. They have good functionality. 820 processor, 4 gigs of RAM.
But that size. Though.
Yeah. In the 820 processor in a tablet, I mean, I know at the time, that was probably one of the best processors, but you need a top of the line processor for a tablet. And I had a few Galaxy Android tablets, and the support is just not there. I mean, the apps are half baked.
I hear you.
It's just missing something. Every Android tablet that I've had,
the tablet community is dead.
In Android,
the tablet community is dead.
Yeah, tablets are on Apple. Tablets are on the decline. They're
because phones are getting bigger. I mean, right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Galaxy Note 8. If you got one of those, what do you really need a tablet for? Because that screen is big enough to consume media.
You need a 12 point. That's why they need to make another 12.2 because that's where it's at, and they need to have a stronger enough processor to carry it with all that multitasking, and they need to put a real display on it, and that's what will sell.
And better speakers.
DJ.
Yeah, but
hey DJ, what do you use it for your camera, man? You clear as hell, man. I was kind of want to say
that's the OnePlus 5. All right, the OnePlus 5. That's the front camera. You're welcome.
I know you were gonna say that. That's why I want to compliment you on it. That camera very crisp. I can see all your hairlines right there, man. I mean,
that's right.
Yeah. I'm
telling you, this phone is fantastic.
I like the OnePlus, but y'all be killing me in the group talking about it's the greatest ever, and oh my god, I love it. Hush me, I need the OnePlus. Oh my god, no, get out of here, man. Like they will swear you up and down, but the OnePlus don't have this problem. The OnePlus don't have nothing. Like you don't have to ever worry about OnePlus overheating, boot looping, battery draining. No,
that's the beauty of it.
On your phone. You just have
7 hours of screen on time. What more you want?
The screen put in the right way.
I mean, you can.
Hey. I don't have no jello on my screen. My screen looks just fine the way it is.
Yeah, but the same thing about the Essential phone. It's bare bones.
What you say, Lewis?
No, you can say the same thing argument about the Essential phone. Bare
say
bones.
What?
Of course, it's gonna last a couple more than regular hours in 4.
But guess what? It don't cost as much as the Essential phone. The Essential phone is priced at $700. The OnePlus high end 8 gigs is what, $579? Get that cheaper on swap. Oh,
yeah,
my bad. $539.
Not the money. The comparison of the being naked, don't have nothing, so they're gonna last long.
Yeah. Oh, he's saying it's bare bones, so of course you get great battery life. It ain't no features.
Right, because there's nothing running in the background. That's what it is. It's like, all right, so the Essential phone got like 5 apps, right? So you have nothing running in the background, no extra features, no edge features, no nothing, no headphone jack, no look, even the camera app that says bare bones. So you got to load up everything on this device, which is that's what you got to do on a Pixel, right? On a Pixel, you got to load up everything too. But I don't know. Look, I want to say this about tablets really quick, because I'm actually making a video about a tablet. Hopefully I can try to have it out by tomorrow. But I actually use a tablet, and I made plenty of videos about this. How I use my phones for business. And I could plug up to a HDMI to a wireless connect to a big screen TV, and I could get a lot of work done. Sometimes I don't carry the PC, I don't carry the laptop with me all the time, but I can do Excel spreadsheets, which I have to do every day. I do PowerPoint presentations. I do Word, a lot of those 3 essential things, and I don't need a PC for that. I could do that right on my tablet, or I could share it on my TV, and I could get all that work done, and it works fast and fluid from the Galaxy, from the DeX, for prime example, the DeX. A powerhouse of a device that runs very good, very fast, fluid. Then you don't really need a computer for that.
I hear you, but like I said, on my iPad, I use Pages, I use Numbers. So they're not as robust as the Microsoft products, but I use them, and then I sync things across iCloud, so I have access to everything on my iPad across all my Apple devices. So it's not as robust as the Microsoft offerings, but you do have the ability to use Office applications if you need them. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that the iPad is the best tablet for productivity, but with iOS 11, it is getting better. I will say that.
But you know what? I think what Apple's going to do, you got to think about it like this. You see that with iOS 11 on the iPad, it is leaning towards making the device look like a Mac. That's with the dock at the bottom. Sure. So we're going to see that with iOS 11, that the iPads are going to look like Macs. But next year, maybe the next generation, you're going to start seeing the functionality kind of. I think Apple's going to try to bridge the gap with the iPad to try to have it a little more functionality as a Mac. I think the reason why Apple didn't want to do it is because it was nicking Mac sales. But I think with the iPad, I think Apple might do it because they already got the pen and stuff like that, and kind of bridge the gap to kind of give it that functionality of Mac OS.
That Apple Pencil's garbage. I bought it from Best Buy. It's garbage.
That's what I was going to ask.
It's garbage.
I spent $900, $800 or whatever on this tablet, and I never bought the pencil because I figured, do it take this thing to another level?
Not really.
I bought the Apple Pencil. I bought the 256 gig iPad Pro straight from Best Buy. Bought the pencil. I bought the pencil open box from Best Buy, so I got a little bit cheaper, but I haven't used it once.
If you used a S Pen with the Note and you try to use that Apple Pencil, it's garbage.
No.
Yeah.
But
it serves no purpose.
We haven't talked about Chrome's integrating with Android apps. So what y'all think about that?
I don't know if Chromebooks. I've been here. People been asking me to review Chromebooks, and I don't know, man. I just haven't had the interest to pick up a Chromebook, man. That's just like
getting a Chromebook is like getting a blue phone. Why? Who wants a Chromebook? Like seriously, they're not putting their efforts into it.
All the Chromebooks I've seen, even the ones coming from like Samsung and stuff, they still seem like they're low grade. They don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe if they would put top of the line specs in them, so they're fast, so you can actually use them for working. The Android apps makes them more functional, but I mean, are you really going to pull out a Chromebook, unfold it, and all that? So I mean,
all right. So would you, Jay Farmer got the roll?
Yeah, the wife's calling, so I'm gonna cut out of here, y'all.
All right.
All right. You have a good night, Jay.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Peace.
All right. But what you were saying, DJ, about Samsung hasn't made a good Chromebook.
I mean, the Samsung Chromebooks, those were probably the best. I mean, I saw that one where it has the pen and everything. But I mean, if you're going to go out and spend, are you going to go out and spend $400 for a Chromebook? Or are you just going to go buy a top of the line regular laptop that can do everything you want for the same price? I mean, I can get a pretty nice $400 laptop that'll be able to do all the business things I need. So, I mean, are you really going to do that for a Chromebook?
Yeah, I think with Chromebooks, they have to have something that's enticing because I mean they got Chromebooks that cost like $700. I mean, don't Samsung have like a $700-800 Chromebook?
Yeah, that one that has the pen and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, come on now. I mean, who's going to spend $800 on a Chromebook? I mean, it just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, it don't make no sense because the laptop I'm on right now, honestly, I got an Asus laptop from Best Buy. Open box special because I wanted to, a new laptop outside of the PC I use at home because I'm not home right now or whatever. It's got the i5, but it's the seventh generation i5, touch screen, aluminum build, Type-C port, and I think it was like 700 original, but open box it was marked for like like 550, but when I took it to the register, it came up like 480. So it's not even. I mean, come on now. Why would I even look at a Chromebook when I got i5, the seventh generation i5, Type-C, Microsoft, a nice
with
build.
full functionality.
Exactly. And so Chromebook is that the Chromebook. The only purpose that a Chromebook serve is to be the least most functional thing under a tablet.
I agree. I looked into Chromebooks for a while. I was going to get one when I started hearing they were going to do the Android apps and everything. So I went and played around with them. There's nothing you can really do on it, even with Android apps. Why am I going to sit there with a keyboard and all that for Android apps? I'll just get a tablet for that. I mean, it's just the Chromebooks just don't bring enough functionality. And when you're using just the Chrome OS, you always have to be hooked online. You can't do nothing on it offline, really. Maybe write a paper. That's about it. It's just there's just not enough functionality to make it worth $800 for the top of the line.
Yeah, I agree.
Get you a Tab S with a keyboard and a mouse, and you got a Chromebook.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
It is.
But I'll tell you what, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me answer some of the questions that we got in the stream. We got Cafe in the building. That shit, Michael in the building said, what do you, Michael was addressing something to Jay Farmer. What do you think of the V20? He just got it, and he really liked it so far. Well, right now, but since the V30 is coming out, you will see some huge discounts on the V20. So not a bad device, by the way. So you see the
take that V20 back.
So I mean, look, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong, Mark T. I actually made a funeral video of the V20. All right, and I took it out the box. I resurrected it, and I actually, with all the updates that I got with it, I put it side by side with the G6, and it held its own. I even did camera reviews with it. And I one of the ones that bite my tongue a little bit and say, you know what, the V20 at a $350 price point is probably a good buy. I mean, it's running Android 7. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty decent cameras. You got the hi-fi DAC in it, right? I mean, you still got the same functionality. You got removable batteries. I mean, you got decent cameras. You got, it's okay for $350, man. That's what I'm saying.
I say get an S7 Edge for that price versus a V20.
Yeah, well, yeah. If I had a choice, look, I agree with you. If I had a choice to make between the V20 and the S7 Edge, I would go Samsung all the way past Tuesday because I mean I like the design of the S7 Edge. I mean, that thing is gorgeous, but for pure functionality, not looks, I like the secondary display on the V series. Well, not anymore. But the V series had something different. You could put your name at the top of it.
Do you think that?
But you bring a good point, Eric, because you said that you had to wait a while. Why companies are got to wait a while to get better with software? A couple of them. Why they don't come good out of the box? Not good, but decent enough.
Because they are scamming us, man. They want us to have these phones that they got a buggy and stuff so we can go buy the next generation, man. I get that.
Exactly. That's why they're so slow with updates too.
The V20 actually, right? You for real, honestly, at 350, the V20 is not that bad. But the deal with the V20, you have to be a fan of Android because I have a V20. But if you are a regular consumer, normal consumer, and you're not really sure how to change animations, and you're not going to put Nova Launcher on it, like my V20 became functional after I really tweaked it. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a bad device. It's the last of the Mohicans as a real utility device, a device where you can pull a battery out, take the back off. You got a hi-fi deck. You know, it's some good things going on with the phone, but you got to know how to kind of almost optimize yourself.
You have to know how to use the camera in manual mode because that point and shoot is not happening on the V20.
Oh no, not at all, not at all.
All right, so look, I'm reading some of the comments down here, and one of the comments is about the Mate 10. They say, any thoughts about the Mate 10? So people see, so what y'all think about
that Mate 10 is going to be amazing, I think. From the rumors that I'm hearing about that Mate 10, man, that thing is going to be sweet.
Yeah, and let me say this. I apologize for the pixelation. I keep hearing people make comments about it. I don't know what's going on. It must be Hangouts for iOS, but, I mean, it is what it is. But in terms of the Mate 10, I think it's going to be a great phone. The Mate 9 was great. The battery life was killer. I didn't care for the camera. A lot of people hyped the camera. I thought the camera was just okay. But everything else about the phone, minus the screen, you could see if you really look at that screen, it wasn't the best screen. It got bright. It looked okay for 1080p, but I think the Mate 10 is going to bring it. I love those processors from Huawei.
Right.
I love
so we hearing the device going to be with 6 Plus edge to edge, supposed to be the Mi Mix type edge to edge, and it's the Kirin 970. 4 or 6 gigs of RAM in it, right? But we hearing 2K display.
I've heard rumors on 2K and 1080p. If they go with another 1080p screen, it's going to kill them. They have to go with a 2K display if they want to compete.
They have to go 2K display. I mean, without a doubt, you cannot do this. You cannot come up with edge-to-edge, 6-inch, all the bells and whistles, Kirin 970, and then put a 1080p screen on it.
I hear it's going to be 2 phones. I hear it's going to be a Plus edition, and it's going to be the regular one. I think the regular one is going to have 1080p. I don't know how true that is, but I agree.
Yeah, they're going to do the same thing they did last year with the Mate 9 Pro and the regular Mate 9.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Jay Will. He's in the building. He's actually put some comments in about the Chromebook. So shouts out to Jay. He's in the building. Dexter says LG is killing their momentum about waiting so long to release the V30. People will forget about the V30 once the iPhone and the Pixel is being announced. Also, you have to also remember, since you said that, Dexter, that all the Galaxy Notes will be in people's hands next week. I mean, you got the keynote address of the iPhone this week after next. You got the Pixel announcement coming up mid-September. I mean, you talk about releasing the device early October, mid-October. Yeah, you done. I mean, it's no way. I mean, especially for $700. But guess what? All you have to do is wait 2 weeks, and the phone will be 40% off. Or you go get a rebate check. They go have buy one get 6 free with the chick with the milk and cookies. They go build your house and everything else just to get a V30.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this, because we haven't really gotten to that part yet. What does everybody think about the Pixel 2?
Well, my thing is the Pixel 2. Taking it that the Pixel 1 came out and it got mixed reviews. I mean, a lot of people liked it. Don't get me wrong. I liked it as far as the functionality. I didn't like the build quality. So they are fixing the build quality. I'm not understanding the fragmentation that they're doing with the device. You're going to have the 5-inch device that's going to be the standard 16:9 aspect ratio. Then you got the Plus series, or the XL is going to go with the 18:9 or 18:5, whatever. So, I mean, as Google said that, you know what, fragmentation is okay. Go ahead on and do it. I don't care. I mean, I understand that. I don't know. I mean, I look at it like this: if they fix the build quality, and they got to do something with the price. I mean, this can't come out with a $900 phone, man. You got to be kidding me. You cannot come out with a $900 phone. But I think that they will. I mean, it's gonna be $899, $799, or whatever. It's gonna be very expensive for the new Pixel. Stock Android. I think it's gonna be higher than their Central phone. So I mean,
but we know that Google don't care about fragmentation. They haven't fixed that. So it's been there for a while, and I don't think they're gonna fix it. I think it's already too late to fix that fragmentation, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the fragmentation is a part of the platform, unfortunately. But
correct.
With the Pixel line, I'll say this: the Pixel line is like the Android version of Apple. I mean, it's reliable. I just ordered a Pixel, when they had that back to school special, and a year later, it still performs well. I mean, the cameras are great. The cameras for me were great. They were iffy in low light, but I mean, the battery life was pretty good. The only issue I had with the Pixel was Bluetooth. I mean, the Bluetooth is still horrible on, Android. Oh, I don't know what it is about it, but Google has to do something about their Bluetooth issues. But the Pixel, for me, I can even recommend the Pixel XL a year later as a device.
Oh, yeah. I would agree with. I think that the Pixel XL, if you could get it at a good price. I mean, if you could get the Pixel XL. Now, listen, I saw the Pixel XL on Amazon for $450. I really did. I was like, whoa. So I did, and it's refurbished, so I don't know how good is that. But I mean, anything you buying at that type of price point, you're going to see some reduction in price. But I mean, if you do see a Pixel for $450, I mean, it's like a must buy, right? I mean, you're going to see the next 3 or 4 operating systems on the thing. I mean, granted, but the new Pixel is going to have, they all going with the Galaxy S8 and the V30 look and stuff like that, right? Yep. I mean, you're going to have the edge-to-edge 18:9. You got the 835, 4 gigs of RAM, all the bells and whistles and stuff like that. Hey, it is what it is, stock Android. I mean, we already know what the phone going to be. As far as the operating system, I mean, it's going to be Android O. I mean, 4 gigs of RAM, 835. I mean, hopefully they obviously got to fix the cameras because we knew about some of the issues with the cameras, with the hazy and all that flaring and all that. Yeah, so they go definitely fix that. But other than that, I think it's going to be a good buy. I mean, if it costs $900, man, I'm like, oh, man, it's going to be pretty difficult to spend $950 on a Pixel, man.
Now, with the Pixel, they're doing the LG's making the bigger one now, right?
Yeah, but it's going to borrow some features from the HTC U11, like the squeeze.
Okay. But I mean, is LG really going to be able to implement those right? I think maybe they're making a mistake trying to get LG to steal features from HTC. They should have just let HTC done it.
Well, I mean, listen, I agree. I mean, HTC did the U11 some justice. I mean, I like the squeeze feature on the U11. I mean, it's pretty decent. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, LG never did a squeeze on the squeeze feature on the phone. I mean, basically, it's nothing but sensors. But I mean, HTC did it right. So I'm not sure why we're gonna have these squeeze features on the LG made product. Again, we've seen some strange stuff happening this year. I mean,
yeah, but the only thing that I'm talking about LG, the only software enhancement that I like is the knock. That's the only thing they did real good, because the rest gimmicks are not there for me as far as LG skin. But the knock, that was one of the best things they did.
Well, I'm scared of LG because I'm scared of LG because HTC, right? HTC, they did it correctly with the squeeze features, because I played around with the U11. But LG has always had build qualities. They had always had problems with build quality as far as I'm concerned, because even all the way back to my G4, I had 3 G4s because the camera would go up to where as though when I try to get the phone to autofocus, you could hear the camera like grinding, and it wouldn't autofocus. The camera would shut down. I had 3 G4s like that. Build quality issues with the G5, of course, and my V20. I haven't had any problems with that except for the glass cracked, and I'm not sure if it was because of the heat or something I did on the back, or the glass that covers those cameras that poke out on the back. So LG has always had build quality issues with me, so I'm not sure about how good they will be able to implement that squeeze feature. And will it become an issue? Will everybody be trying to send their pixel back because the squeeze is not working or it's faulty?
The only thing I'll say is the plus is that the phone's coming from Google and not LG, and Google has Google's customer service is on Apple level, in my opinion. I had an issue with my Pixel, sent it back. My money was back in my account before I sent the phone back. And that's unheard of for any OEM, where you get your refund back before you actually put the phone in the mail. So if the phone's coming from Google, I'm good to go.
So let's go. Let me throw this out there. It's been rumors that's hitting Twitter that OnePlus is going to throw out the OnePlus 6 in 2017. Give me y'all guys' thoughts. And also, we're hearing that it may be in 2017, OnePlus will probably change the aspect ratio. And I see Albert is saying 16:9 for the win. But unfortunately, Albert, we've been. I think OnePlus will implement the 18:5:9 aspect ratio. What y'all thoughts about the OnePlus 6 coming out in 2017?
Is it going to be more expensive?
Yep, you know it is.
Well, yeah,
because they went from a $299 with the first the OnePlus, and then they progressively have became more expensive. Where you can't even call them the flagship killer because they flagship prices.
Right, Albert was saying the OnePlus 5T. All right, so again, I've been seeing a lot of people tweeting out that the OnePlus 5T that Albert is saying is going to come out like they did last year. You think Albert's saying? Go ahead.
I read on those specs they're talking about it's going to have wireless charging and the waterproofing, the IP68 rating, and the new aspect ratio for the screen, the bezel-less display. If OnePlus does come out with that phone, there's no way they can bring that phone out for $500. There's just no way. So, I mean, everybody wants a cheap phone, but yet they want all these features, so something's got to give. Either you're going to buy a cheap phone that skims on features, or you want a feature-rich phone that's going to cost you $700 or $800.
So let me ask you this question: If OnePlus is going to implement wireless charger, waterproofing, and 836 processor, 18 gigs of RAM, right? If they implement that,
18 gigs of RAM,
then that means they're going to go from metal to glass, or metal to plastic, right? Do they have a metal phone, all metal phone with wireless charging?
If they come out with the features that they're supposed to with a 2K screen, I'm buying a OnePlus 5T or OnePlus 6, whatever it is, because the OnePlus makes a great product. Unfortunately, I feel like on the OnePlus 5, they took a few shortcuts, and one primarily being, the upside screen. I mean, some people say that's not an issue and they don't see it on theirs. I had two, and I saw the issue both times. So
let me ask you this question, since everybody kind of joking around that I say 18 gigs of RAM. I mean, in 2017, in 2018, when we get the OnePlus 6, do you think that since they already put 8 gigs of RAM, you think they're going to put 10 gigs of RAM?
We don't need any more.
Yeah, well, I mean, OnePlus like to take it to the limit, so we probably going to see 10 gigs of RAM in 2018 because now you start to see devices implement 6 gigs of RAM. So we got that ASUS phone that has 8 gigs of RAM, right? So we do got another phone with 8 gigs of RAM. So when we look at that 8 gigs of RAM, OnePlus say, no, we can't be outdone. We can't be outdone. Throw 10 gigs of RAM in it. Just put it in there. And we'll figure it out later. Just put 10 gigs of RAM in it, even though it's going to use about 2 gigs, but put 10 gigs of RAM in it. And then in 2000, look, by 2020, y'all, you kid me not, you're going to have 12 gigs of RAM on the OnePlus device.
I think when it first came out, the only thing they had was to compete on specs, and they were in the specs race. Like, we're offering the top of the line specs in terms of RAM. But other OEMs are catching up, and so now they're actually going to have to compete on putting out, I guess you could say, a complete product. You know, it's not going to be acceptable just to have the most RAM and 128 gigs of storage. They're going to have to put out a complete product, and in my personal opinion, they are lacking in some things. People rave about the camera. I haven't been impressed with the cameras. Just my personal opinion, and that's using the U11. Using, iPhone. To me, there's always been a little something missing for the cameras for me. I know some people are going to disagree in the comments, but it's just my opinion.
And you know what? The thing about it is, one of the things that I'm looking into seeing if OnePlus is going to do in 2018, they go, all right, so they're putting themselves in this issue. Not saying that they don't make a great product, but they put themselves in this issue. If you go try to win the spec war, how much specs are you going to put in the device? Then now all of a sudden you go start raising the price to the $700-800 price point at that point. I mean, you can't continue to have a $600 phone and got 10 gigs of RAM and 836 and 890 processors in them, right? With 2K displays, 18:9 aspect ratios. I mean, at that point, OnePlus kind of, I don't know, are they sticking themselves in the foot by going to all these high-end specs? I mean, why even release 2 devices every year? I mean, that's everybody usually be on a 1-year cycle, and now you got OnePlus is doing 2 phones a year. I mean, why can they even keep up with themselves? I mean, don't get me wrong. After they released the OnePlus 5T, what happens to the OnePlus 5? It get discontinued. And that is a shame for a phone that's only going to be out 4 months, 5 months. I mean, they did it to the OnePlus 3. I mean, the OnePlus 3T, all those phones are discontinued, man, and they're not even a year old. I mean, what the OnePlus 3T is, what, 6 months old, man, and it's discontinued? I mean, that's just, I don't know.
They got to make that work. What they got to do, right, they gave that OnePlus 5 8 gigs of RAM, and if they come out with that the OnePlus 5T, they're going to have to make that 8 gigs of RAM. Yeah, they're going to make that. They're going to have to make it work. They're going to have to focus on optimization. When they bring a better display and when they bring some more features, they're going to have to actually make that 8 gigs of RAM work so they can keep the phone as smooth as it is now, bare bones.
Well, the thing about it is, I mean, the operating system itself is, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Even if you go back to the OnePlus 1, I mean, it's always been a pixel-like phone. All right. Mm-hmm. So as far as the performance of the OnePlus, the performance will be there. I mean, in the OnePlus 5, they try to work on cameras and stuff like that, which, it's hit and miss. Shouts out to DJ that got a real good camera that's going on. But what I'm saying is, okay, so now what do OnePlus do with the OnePlus 5T? I mean, do they flip the screen back and say, hey, we fixed the screen, guys. We fixed the screen.
2K
screen. But
bigger battery.
Are they going to wait till 2018 to put a 2K screen in there? I mean, why do it in 2017? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm confused on OnePlus.
You know what's my issue?
If I were them, I will wait until they release. I will wait until next year to release another phone. Because I'm pretty sure if they released a better phone in the wintertime / fall, they're gonna upset a lot of loyal OnePlus customers. So I would wait until next June. I bring out a phone with a 2K screen, bigger battery, better cameras, and not alienate your true loyal OnePlus fans. Because if they bring out a better phone in 5 or 6 months after they release the OnePlus, I mean they're gonna make a lot of people upset.
That's
I agree. I agree with Mark.
Wait, go ahead. Go ahead, DJ.
I agree with Mark. I think the 5T would be a big mistake. It's going to piss off a lot of your customers who went out and bought the 5, even though the 5 has had a few problems and it's gotten some bad press. Your loyal customers still stood by you and bought the phone. Now you're going to bring out a phone that fixes all those problems 4 months later, and now everybody who doesn't spend their money stuck with the old model that's being discontinued. I think they need to wait for next year, bring out the OnePlus 6 and just hit a home run with that and just make it an unbelievable device with all the top specs. Go on and charge $700 or $800. If people want all them top specs, they're going to have to understand they got to pay for it.
Go ahead, Lewis. You was commenting.
Yeah, you know my issues. It's not about the phone being good and like everybody say. It's their marketing strategy. That's what killed me. They're a killer flagship, but they're not at the current stage. That's just my opinion on the marketing part.
Well, I mean, I look at it like this. All right, so we know that with OnePlus Focus, actually, I look like what OnePlus Focus is. Throw everything in the kitchen sink as far as power. All right, we're gonna have basically stock Android, with a custom ROM on it, and everything stock is speed. Okay, now we got the speed. What else? We know it's gonna be fast. We know it's gonna be the fastest device out there. We know this already. What's next? That's I mean, you're gonna have the best cameras? No, you don't have the best cameras. I mean, at this point, OnePlus might have to start putting features on their phone, like squeeze and gimmicks and all this stuff like that. You got the power, so it ain't like you go slow the phone down. So I mean, you look at it like, okay, Samsung throwing everything in the kitchen sink and they're selling millions upon millions upon millions upon way more than OnePlus. So I mean, at this point, if OnePlus gonna be the flagship killer, they might have to start throwing some features on it. They may have to start throwing them high-end Sony cameras in those devices. They might have to start doing that instead of putting 845 processors and 20,000 gigs of RAM. You know what I mean? I mean, at this point, we know that OnePlus is known for speed. Okay.
I think they're waiting on Apple to release some new features so they can borrow those too. So, but I agree with everybody. That's probably why they're gonna have to, release a 5T, because then they can lift some, some features from Apple and put it into their phone and sell that one. So that's what's going on.
I don't think anything major should go into, if they do come out with a 5T, I don't think any major upgrade should go into 5T, because like everybody else said, everybody that bought the OnePlus 5, it would be I hate when that happens. So it will be a slap in the face to everybody that bought the OnePlus 5 and support OnePlus. So what I think should happen is all major upgrades should be done OnePlus 3, OnePlus 5, OnePlus 7, if that's how it's going to go. And with the T, what you do is you just focus on some optimization, maybe throw a couple trinkets in there, but anything major you should do on a yearly, and then if you want to bring a second phone out later in the year, just tighten up everything that you've already done.
Well, in the OnePlus keynote address, they talked about this. They say, well, one of the reasons why we released phones so fast because we didn't want to sit on our laurels, and they want to they always thinking about new ideas, do this, do that. Now, Albert said in the comments that if the 845 is insignificant, which I never say that, by the way, then why Samsung is grabbing the first production? Because Samsung can do it. That's the thing. Let me tell you something. Why Samsung go get the 845 processor? Because Samsung got the capital and they got the balls to do it. That's why they doing it. That's why they doing it. And guess what? You got the grande huevos to do it. I promise you one thing. Qualcomm said, okay, we got you. You could have first dibs on it. That's why Samsung can do it. And guess what? If Apple wanted the 845 processor, it's going to be a fight between Samsung and Apple, because both of them might get first dibs on it, even though Apple uses a different chipset. But I'm just saying, why do Samsung get first dibs on it? Because Samsung is the powerhouse. That's it. They are the money people. They're the ones that's going to buy 50 million chips. That's why. You think they'll give first dibs to HTC? You think they'll give it to LG? You think they'll give it to the Pixel? No, because they ain't gonna sell 70 million of them. No, they're gonna give it to Samsung because that's billions and billions of dollars. That's why. Of course, Qualcomm is smart. Let them go on and keep putting the 836 processor because that's what they're gonna give you, the 836. See, they're doing the same thing what they did for the last couple of years, guys. 820, 821. Samsung had the 835. You couldn't touch it. Now everybody got the 835. It's going to be the same thing. The 836 going to be for 2018 phones until the Galaxy S9 come out. Then that phone go get the 845, and then everybody get the scraps. That's how Samsung go play it. Hey, guess what? If I had a big corporation and if I can do it, I do the same thing. It's called business. It's business. And guess what? That's how you do it.
I hear Samsung is trying to accelerate the release of the S9 because they're worried about the iPhone 8.
That's right. And guess what? We hearing the S9 going to have some type of mods and all this stuff like this. And think about this. If Motorola been doing mods for 2 years, all right, now we got the Central phone doing these mods. Who you think go do it right? Samsung go come out here with these mods and they go do it right. You best believe they've been thinking about it. They've been trying it out. They're going to have the 845 processor in tow. They're going to have the best processor. They already put 6 gigs of RAM in the device. So guess what? You talking about 4K displays coming out next year. We hearing rumors about. Hey, woo.
But can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we're talking about mods, I want to bring it back. Like the other screen that I was. That's the reason you can't do a perfect phone. That's why Project Era was canceled due to the fact that anybody can make their perfect phone. So therefore, you're not gonna buy phones every year. You're gonna buy the pieces that you need in the mod, and that's the strategy. And they figure, well, we need to cancel this project. If not, people are gonna have the perfect phone. It's gonna take a while to change a new phone.
Well, the thing about it, let me ask you this one question. Alba put in there, and then he said, so if I want Samsung, no, let me see. All right, so is it that S9 is going to tick people off because of the S8 owners because it's coming out fast? No, because the S8 costs $500, and the S8 Plus costs $670. That means it's cheap. It's like $300-400 off. That means that it's not really ticking people off. People have an opportunity to get a phone at a very discounted price. So I don't think it's ticking people off. It's giving people the option. You want a flagship phone for $500, welcome to the Galaxy S8. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. I see it like this, that Samsung marketing strategy, to me, I never saw them do this before. You think they're losing money on the S8? No, they ain't losing money on the S8. They're making money on it, but they trying to corner the market. It kind of reminds me how what Microsoft did way back in the long time ago when they was monopolizing the industry, right? I mean, you think about it like that. Samsung right now is strategizing, okay, a month before I release the Galaxy Note 8, we're going to discount these phones way down, do buy one, get one free, and get all these S8s in people's hands, right? I mean, you could get it at a very good price. The S8 is cheaper than the OnePlus 5, right? So you can't say it's higher. But, okay, so now in 2018, you got modular phones. You're gonna have the OnePlus. I mean, you're gonna have the Galaxy S9 with the powerful 845, the first phone that's gonna have it. You're gonna have mods and everything else. Now, if they release it early, I still believe that you still can get an S8 at a very good price. I mean, they're not gonna discontinue the phone like they're doing the OnePlus.
What about those folks, right, Eric, that are the first day out and pre-order folks? Like all my Samsung phones, I bought those the first day out, or either I pre-ordered them at the full price. So it's like, okay, just like you got some people that's loyal to Samsung, or they like Samsung phones, like you got iPhone loyalists that go wait outside the Apple store all night. So when I buy my S8 or my S8 Plus, and I can't get a full year out of it, and the S9 drop it, and I wasn't waiting for no discounts. I went and spent the whole thing. Now, you know what I'm saying? That may be a slap in the face to them, just like the OnePlus 5 folks was talking about. If the OnePlus 5T come out and drop with a whole bunch of stuff that the OnePlus 5 didn't have.
And you know what? I agree with you. That's one of the reasons why pre-orders, I don't do I'm stopped doing pre-orders. I mean, I did a pre-order with I did a pre-order with the Note 8 because I got it for $500. I mean, hey, why not, right? But I do agree with you that if you look at it like this, that when we all did the G6 and with the HTC Ultra and all these other devices, and we paid all this money full price for these devices, and 2 weeks later they 40% off, or they got buy one get ones and all this stuff like that. Yeah, I mean it hurts that you just spent. And listen, I'm with you. I spent $850, $900 for the S8 Plus, and I mean, right now it's $670. Even if I wanted to sell my S8 Plus, I'm gonna lose $400 on this. So I mean, I agree with you. If I'm not a YouTuber, if I wasn't a YouTuber, I'm just saying, if I wasn't a YouTuber, I would never buy or pre-order a device. I would probably wait a month out just to see what kind of deals and specials that you get on the device.
Well, I'm not a YouTuber, and I always pre-order my phones, and I get them usually as soon as they drop. But I always buy mine knowing that I'm gonna sell it for the next, latest and greatest device, because there's no point in me having 50 phones or 10 phones or 5 phones sitting on my nightstand. So I'm always ordering new devices, and usually I'm selling them on eBay or Swapper, so I can get the the latest and greatest.
I know, but think about this, Mark T. If you bought the Galaxy S8 Plus, for $900, you can't sell it for no more than $600 right now. I mean, so you go. I mean, you think about it like that's how I think about it. Like the G6, I paid $750 for the G6. I would have to get a G6 away, and I had to give them a rebate check just to so somebody can get it. I mean, you think about it like that. I just paid $750 for a device, and a month or 2 months or 3 months later, if I wanted to do it on Swapper or something like that, man, I got to get a phone away for free. And I mean, I had to pay for shipping, give it away for free, and write out a check and give it to the person that I'm giving it to. You see what I'm saying? So I look at it like that. Wow, the value of the device.
That's the price we pay as tech enthusiasts.
Yeah.
iPhone's really the only thing that's still holding its value. Other than iPhone.
Yeah, I agree with you. iPhones does hold a value. I mean, you look, you think when this iPhone 8 come out, this iPhone price will probably never go down. Never. Even when the next generation come out, it might go down by $100. That's it. It's still gonna be over $1,000, even in 2018. So I mean, that's why a lot of people flock to Apple, because they know they hold a value, like Toyotas,
But you can go on even on Craigslist right now. iPhone 7 Pluses, they're still selling for $500 and $600, $700, and the new iPhone's about to come out. That's a year-old phone still going for that much on Craigslist.
The problem is, it's so many phones on the Android platform that basically have the same specs that, I mean, you got the G6, you got the S8, you got the U11, you got the U Ultra. I mean, it's so many phones on the Android platform that it's not really unique, versus where you got Apple. They released 2 phones, the 7 Plus and the 7, or the 6S and the 6S Plus. So that's why I think they hold their value more, because they don't release 10 million phones throughout the years. 2 phones, and those phones gonna last you that entire year. They might be boring, they might not have anything to them, but they gonna work.
Shouts out to Jay. Shouts out to Jay Will. He said, "Dude, you're a fool. Stop it. Rebate check." Hey, look, y'all know I be going hard on the G6. I mean, it's one of my favorite phones. But man, look at how the phone devalued. I mean, we've been talking about it for months, guys, about the devaluation of the G6. I mean, God, ain't no way in the world I'm pre-ordering the V30. No way. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm saying it, that I'm going to get the V30, but man, I want to wait. This for S's and giggles. I want to wait for 2 weeks to see what type of, if they go send me a rebate check for the V30. That's what I'm saying.
Another thing I hate though, right, is I don't know if I'm the only one, but when you like that pre-order person, or you that first person out, or that first day person, Samsung tends to come out with colors after the fact. I hate that.
The SA Plus, they did it with the SA Plus. They brought that blue out like 2 months later.
You know what? And the thing about it is, I cringe when I see that. I'm gonna give you a prime example. The Galaxy S7 Edge Blue Coral came out in December, and I stupidly, well, I ain't gonna say stupid. I loved the S8, but I bought the phone cost $780, right? And right in January, February, that device like went down into like $400. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God. And that's what they did. I mean, they came out with new colors almost a year after the phone was released. And you seen the same thing with the HTC U11. Everybody wanted the red one. Everybody wanted the red, and it just came out. And look, Apple did it. Well, Project Red is totally different. I mean, they were doing that to make money. Of course, they try to do some other stuff with it. Right. But when you look at the S8, you got all the colors, right? Guess what? If you want it unlocked, if you go online, you got to get the black one. Nah, come on, man. Like, give me the colors. And then like 6 months from now, the Note 8, you're going to see all the beautiful colors come.
You see a rose gold.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't get it. Why they do it for every region? They always, United States get the shorter end of colors. We don't get everything.
Because I know what it is. I know why they do it. I figured it out. It's like amazing because they know we hungry for it. We want it bad, and they go make a jump for it. Think about this. We're going to all have Galaxy Note 8s, and all of a sudden they're going to release a color. What's going to happen? A lot of people's going to buy a second Galaxy Note 8 and try to sell this Galaxy Note 8, and you're going to lose $300 on it, and you're going to try to buy that Galaxy Note 8, and it's one of those things that make my head explode when I see those colors come out 6 months after the release.
Well, see, what I'll do is, and like what I did with the SA Plus, I had a feeling they were going to bring out that blue one. I sold my SA Plus about a month into having it, and fortunately, I didn't take a huge loss on it. I kept that money to the side, and when Best Buy announced that coral blue one, I went straight there, took that money that I had from my original SA Plus, and paid in full for that, that coral blue SA Plus at Best Buy. And at the time, they actually had it for like $650, so I got to keep some money in my pocket. So oftentimes, I'll just sell my phone early if I get the win of them releasing a new color, like even the OnePlus 3T when they had that midnight black that they were going to release. I'll sell the phone early, make as much as I can off of it, and just wait.
I don't know. Out. I don't know. For me, it's like, I cringe because I'm like, damn, I just bought the phone, so now I gotta try to sell it earlier. Why not have it at the get-go? I'm gonna pay for it. That's the part that I'm gonna get.
And the thing about it, you're right, Lewis and Mark T. You get the phone, you pay top dollar for it, $750+, and the new version come out. Obviously, you can't sell that phone for $750. I mean, you got to take $150, almost a $200 hit on the device. And I know that's the way it works in the industry. But gee, we think about this. If you bought a G6 at $750, and in 2 weeks it drops down to $400, and then another month later it drops down to $300, and now I mean it's like buy one get 30 free, it's all this type of stuff. When you look at that, like, okay, I got a G6. What if I wanted to sell it, to kind of complement buying another device? That means I can't sell it for no more than $200.
I think you got to know your OEMs though.
Yeah, that's true.
When they release their phones, the price drops. A 1 or 2 month into the the release date, the price is going to drop. So that off the bat. So that, well, if I hold out a little while, I can probably get it for $200 off, $150 off. Samsung, they're going to hold their value a little longer, but the carriers are going to have a BOGO, buy one, get one free eventually. I mean, they have it now for the Note 8. So you just got to know the OEM.
That's great. That's the first thing.
All right, gentlemen.
Like that. All right, what you say?
I got to get going, gentlemen. It was a pleasure being here with y'all, and y'all have a good night.
All right, that's DJ. Yep, and so what I'm saying is, I with this technology stuff, and you know what's so crazy? This, say for instance, in 2018, we get foldable displays. All right, so we get foldable displays, 2K displays, 4K displays. We getting all this high-end technology in 2018. Man, it's like it's saying that 2017 is a wash. I mean, because everybody mouth will be watering for the new devices. I mean, it's just like, oh my God. I mean, and it's gonna be $1,000 a pop. That's the whole thing about it. Like you go pay $500, $600, $700 for these phones. They're gonna be $1,100, $1,200 this for the basic models. Oh man.
But you know what, Eric, I'll go on record and say I think foldable display is gonna be 2019. Just my
well, I don't know. I mean, they've been playing around with foldable displays for a long. They've been showing it in keynote addresses. Yeah, they've been showing it in keynote addresses. They've been showing commercials about it. They've been saying, you know, I mean, I understand they can't get. I mean, they actually had at a Lenovo event with a person with a foldable phone. So that technology is here, and I think for the last 2 years they've been trying to perfect it. But I don't know if they go. I don't know. It's like somebody go come out with the first generation of.
What's the purpose? What's the purpose of a foldable display?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. As a media person, not content creator, but regular media person, you get 2 in 1. You could have a tablet and then you could fold it and convert it to a phone. So right there, you knock the price of buying 2 items.
I like Jay will say, he believed that foldable display is coming in 2017.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
They've been working on this technology for a long time, and I'm saying, I was saying in 2017 it was going to come out. Well, earlier 2017 it was going to come out with foldable displays. But like Jay was saying in the comments, he said that foldable displays might come out 2017, which we are in the 9th month. But I know, to me, I believe that foldable displays will be another category, like Samsung will have the Galaxy S foldable or foldable whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how they come up with the Galaxy S or Galaxy this, and it's going to be the Galaxy Fold or whatever. And I think Samsung or Lenovo, because they already showcased, Samsung and Lenovo already showcased foldable displays. So I think either one of these companies is going to pop it out next year, or like Jay said this year. So hey, this is what it's all about.
But think about this, Eric. If you buy one of those, right, you pay one price for 2 in 1, so you save money. You get my point? If they do both in one, like open it big, it's a tablet. Unfold it, it's a phone. If they could accomplish that real good, I mean, that's a win for the consumer or any techie, because you pay one price.
Well,
you know,
but think about it on the flip side, though. As a company, if you sell phones and tablets, why would you want to kill off one line of your business? Basically, you know, I don't see the point. I don't see companies moving to that if they're selling phones and tablets, because you're essentially killing off one line of your business. And if you do that, that means that the foldable display phone / tablet is going to have to be really expensive in order to make up for killing off one line of business.
Yeah,
so
good point.
The key word was essential.
Hey, look, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm hyped about foldable displays because I believe, me as a tech enthusiast, I'm hyped about it. But I agree with what Mark T was saying. I mean, if it comes, look, like I was saying, foldable display technology has been in the works since 2011. I mean, that's the first time Samsung showcased it in a keynote address. You know what I'm saying? So it's 2017. If they showcase it in 2011 or 12 or whatever, I mean, they've been working on this technology for 5 years, man. I mean, wow, they could get it. Now, they've already, what was that device? What was that phone that was a foldable phone? What was that big old clamshell phone? I think they sold it on Sprint. And you open it up and it had the split in the middle. It had the hinges. It was terrible. But it was a phone that it was a big old thick clamshell, and they opened it up. And so that was a part of the, I mean, it was 2 displays, by the way, but they interact with each other. They wasn't connected because of the hinge. Somebody in the comments go,
oh, easy. Shout out to Jay Will. He asked what was the number to call in.
Okay, the number to call in. Okay, let's see. Let me put the number in. Let's see. I got the.
It was Cairo. It was a company, Cairo.
Yeah, you know what? It was one of those companies.
Cairo something, Kia, whatever.
Kia something. Yeah, it's one of those things. That,
I know it started with a K. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
What if you crack that foldable display?
Well, you're done. I'm just like, look, I am not convinced. Look, I'm not convinced with Gorilla Glass 5, man. I'm not convinced with that technology. I mean, Gorilla Glass 6 better be king supreme. Because I mean, I'm not all in on Gorilla Glass 5 right now.
And people want that foldable display. If the Note 8 costs $1,000, how much you think that foldable display gonna cost?
Hold on,
we got a call coming in. Yo, Jay Will in the building.
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening?
Y'all started talking about them foldable displays. It's coming sooner than you think, bro. It's coming sooner than you think.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, they've been working on the technology, man, for a very long time.
I hope so.
And, you know,
it's not going to be 2019. It's not going to be 2018. So just trust me when I tell you, it's coming sooner than you think.
So Samsung or Lenovo go do it first. Who you think go do it first?
Oh, I can't comment. I can't say. But I can tell you that I can't. I just wanted you to hear my voice telling you, you ain't gonna be waiting you're not even gonna be waiting. Okay. Keep watching TV. I'm telling you, it's coming sooner than you think. Like really quick. So be ready for it. You know what I mean? So
I got my popcorn ready.
I can't tell you who. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
You're gonna be. It's not gonna be 2019. It's not even gonna be 2018.
Sometimes I understand you sign that contract. You're like, hey, I can't say that. I can't.
Nah, I'm just guessing right now. It's a strong guess. That's all I'm saying. I don't know nothing. But I don't know nothing. You ain't gonna wait as long as you think. So just holler at me off the stream.
Hey, before I let you go now, hold on now. Before you let you go, me and you was at this Galaxy Note event, and I know we've been having streams about it. We all been talking about it like we blue in the face. When you touched that Galaxy Note, when you put that phone in your hand, what was your first thoughts?
I was blown away. Yeah. The build quality. It's different than the Galaxy S8 Plus.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that I'm not just a reviewer or whatever. I'm a real person. I come back and say I was wrong. You know what I mean? Hey, I said it was an S Pen on the Galaxy S8 Plus. Totally not. The build quality is ridiculous. The screen is ridiculous.
Man. What about those cameras?
Isn't it different when you stand at the event and hold it in your hand before everybody else?
Yes.
It's easy to talk about it when you don't have it, but I mean, I done been to several events, but when I picked up that one, dude, I was like, whoa. I mean, this ain't no S8 Plus right here. This is a Galaxy Note.
Yeah.
It's the build quality, the glass back, it ain't my first choice for it, you know what I mean? But that's a premium phone, man. I can't really find anything that I dislike out front. I like that it's wider. It's not like the Galaxy S8 Plus. It's a little wider. It feels boxy, which is a good thing because it makes it feel like my U Ultra. Like the U Ultra is a close comparison. U Ultra is a little bit wider, but the U Ultra it's about the same size as the U Ultra. So everybody who said the U Ultra was too big or too boxy, you're pretty much holding the Galaxy Note 8.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very close. It's boxy like that. So, I mean, when I first held it though, I was right there next to you. You know what I'm saying? We sat next to each other, holding each other. It just felt. I mean, every time I go see something that I see a device that's not out yet, or people haven't touched it yet, it's hard to explain to them. It's different when you're in the heat of the moment. You're like, whoa. And then I got that little exclusive time that they gave me, and I had it to myself for a long time, and I was like, whoa, this thing is. Now I was trying to find stuff wrong with it. Yeah. And I just think that they probably should have moved the fingerprint reader and stuff that we already talked about. But overall, man, that's gonna be tough to put down my U11. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use that as my daily drive for at least 2 months or so, probably, or a month. I don't know how long. It's a good phone. I don't have nothing really at this point because we both had it already. We know. So Man, it's hot, dude. I'm ready for it. Did you get your tracking number?
Yeah,
I got my tracking number.
Hopefully mine should be popping in next week, man.
Yeah, I got my tracking number. So
yeah, so we
because if you're a Note 7 owner, and I chose overnight shipping. I don't know what you did. I chose
overnight. Overnight. I want it quick.
Wait, is that the tracking number from Samsung?
So if you're a Note 7 owner, you get priority over all the other pre-orders.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing? You read it at the beginning before you order. It says you're a Note 7 owner. You get it priority over other people.
Hey, I'll be waiting all week next week. I'll be like a crackhead sitting up there waiting on UPS. Please, please, where you at? I'll be calling. Hey, look, man, my device supposed to be in, man. It's after 5 o'clock. Hey, what's going on? Hey, can I get my note, please?
Oh man, dude. The Note 8 is going to shock a few people.
Yeah,
the Note 8 is impressive. You know, I'm a huge Samsung fan, but you know, I'm gonna still tell the truth. I'm not gonna praise it just because everybody else likes Samsung. You know, that's what it is. They need to move that fingerprint reader. They need to give me more internal storage. You know, basic stuff like that is important.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I really can't find anything that's wrong with it that I think I might hate about it. The battery life. We knew that was gonna happen. They weren't gonna put a big battery in.
Right.
So that's just one of them things. But
it's so funny.
Battery don't really matter now. It's about optimization.
Yeah, you know what, and that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, you know, first of all, we already knew about the price. We already knew about everything about the phone months in advance. I mean, the leaks was like rabbit out, right? So finally, when we get it, you know, everybody was complaining, oh, we got a 3300 milliamp battery. I ain't gonna get no good battery life. I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me, right? I mean, you know, once you plug it up and you good to go, 15, 20 minutes, you topped off. I mean, you're gonna get at least 5.5, 6 hours straight on time on the thing. I mean, come on. I mean, that's like a given at this point.
Let's hope so, because I don't know, man. You know, they might have dialed it back because they're afraid.
Yeah.
They might be scared. I don't know.
Yeah. Man, it's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, you know?
Oh, yeah, we had a blast out there, man.
Yeah, man.
We had a blast out there.
Yeah, we definitely had a blast out there.
I tell you what, it's going to be a lot of people to get that Note 8 and see how big it is. You know, if you think the S8 Plus is kind of big, the Note 8 is boxy.
Yeah. Hey, did you get caught up in that essential debacle? Because I didn't even order the thing.
I backed out. I backed out once Grant S. Once he told me that, you know, his thing got messed up, I backed out. I was pulling the trigger, you know, saying, hey, we ready for you to finish your checkout. Go for the checkout. I just didn't press pay, and then I backed out once. Yeah. Once he told me what happened, I was like, hey, shout out to Uno Knife. I see you. I was like, man, you know, I can't do it. It was too much for me to do. So, but see, the thing is, a lot of people are saying that it's DOA. It's not DOA because of the phone. I talked about this too. It's DOA because of the marketing.
Yeah.
We don't even have the phone yet. I hear people saying that it's garbage and all that kind of stuff. I think the phone is garbage and it ain't even here yet. Yeah. Like, you know, you haven't even used it yet. You know, it's just that bad marketing. That's what it is. They messed up on the marketing. They blew it. So it makes the phone DOA prior to it even getting here. So I don't buy into the it's garbage that some people might say. I saw EKBHD say, you know, save your money and all that stuff. He also said that.
I saw that video. I saw that video. I saw wow, it was Michael Fisher video too. Woo!
Oh yeah, Michael Fisher.
I don't rock with Michael Fisher because when you see him in person, he don't say much. He just walk on by you like you don't even exist.
Yeah.
So, you know, certain people I just don't watch it. You know, nothing personal, but I just don't watch him. I haven't watched any of his videos since he's at Pocket Now.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. When I saw him on Pocket, I think he's on Pocket Now. But after he started doing Mr. Mobile, I just haven't watched any of his stuff. Because I've seen him in person a few times, and he just rolled on by. I was like, all right, man, all good.
Yeah, I saw him.
But I didn't watch him. I watched MKBHD. That's the only one I watched.
I couldn't talk.
And he said it was a good phone, but he said the cameras work good.
Right.
And he said that to wait on it, but I don't listen to everything that they say. He's a nice cat in person, though, ain't he? He's a nice guy in person.
Yeah, it was
nice. But I still ain't rocking with what he's talking about. I'm doing what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah, what he's talking about. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm getting the essential phone. I ain't worried about everybody else.
Well, I mean, they got them on Amazon. I mean, you can get them safely. I seen them on Amazon, so I mean, you could order it on Amazon. You know, I don't know. I was going I'm holding off. You know, to see what's up. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't one of those devices that just didn't appeal to me in the beginning. You know.
Yeah, I'm ordering from Best Buy because you know I'm an elite member of Best Buy, so I got some coupons. I'm not gonna pay $700 for it. I'm paying a lot less than that. I got some coupons cash.
Yes, sir.
I got mine for like $400.
Oh, okay. There it is.
So my resale game is gonna be tight.
Shout out to those reward certificates from Best Buy.
It's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, sir. I'm going to let you go, man, because I'm about to wrap the stream up, man. We've been on there 3 hours, man. You know it. Time go by, flies by. So, man.
You know it. All right, man. I'm back in the stream.
All right. That's
it.
Yes.
You know, I saw Michael Fisher, but he lived where I live. But I was in the train, so I couldn't talk to him because the train was going by. He's from Boston.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we seen him. I seen him at the event. I didn't actually get to talk to him. I mean, he was doing his thing. He was filming or whatever. So I didn't get a chance to see him at all. I mean, I seen him, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him. You know?
Yeah, I was going to say one thing. If you look at it at Samsung before we leave, I'm going to give him props. I'm going to credit where credit's due. Because remember, everybody complained about the Note 7. We couldn't write perfectly because of the edge. So they figured that people was talking about it, so they made it wider and boxier. And then the whole SD card, so they're listening to the consumer. See, if one people and two people raised the voice, companies started to listen because we are the one paying. So I give props what props is due and credit.
Oh man, so let's wrap the stream up, man. It's been a wonderful night. Some of the guys left, obviously, you know, when you're having a 3-hour stream, it's a Saturday night, and you know, sometimes the oracles call and say, hey, it's time to go. You can't be on there. You know, so I do understand that, but I do appreciate everybody that came through. I appreciate y'all guys that came through. I appreciate everybody that came down in the stream. And these are the type of streams that I like to do. I try to bring in special guest panels. Not all YouTubers. That's the whole, that was the greatest thing that I liked about this stream tonight is that 90% of you guys was YouTubers. And that's the good thing. You are normal consumers, techies that like technology, that have honest opinions about product. And that's the good thing. And that's why I like to do this. So y'all guys I want to hear from regular consumers what you think about this tech product. And so that's why I did this stream. That's why I invited you guys on. And man, it was a blast. We got a lot of stuff out there. We talked about a lot of stuff, and I really do appreciate that everybody come through. So any last words with you, Mr. Mark T?
All I'm gonna say is stay away from that Essential phone. From Essential, if you're gonna get it, go through Amazon. And for the people that haven't checked out the HTC U11, check out that HTC U11. Those cameras are boss. It's one of the top devices of the year. And I appreciate you having me on, you know, as a guest, as a fan of your channel. And hopefully I can, you know, you do this again and I can come back. Appreciate you.
No problem. Louis, any last words, sir?
Well, the thing I want to say, thank you for having me on the stream. It was a pleasure. And everybody know where to find me. I'll be on the interwebs. And Tech for Your Niece with a letter 4. And my social media is simple, LR Nano, everywhere.
Right. And again, this is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. Y'all guys know that I try to give you the best of the best all the way around. Now, also, I want to make this special announcement before I go out here. Check me out tomorrow. I got the link down in the description. I will be on Chad Christian's live stream on his podcast tomorrow. I will be live on his stream tomorrow. So if you want to hear some more comments about with me and other techies out there, I will be on his live stream tomorrow for 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Chad Christian's show. Now, for everybody that's in the stream, if you want to come to that stream, the link is down in the description. I need my powerhouse people to come up there and show me some support as I go on this live stream tomorrow. I was invited. I've been talking about it for a while. And I did leave the links in the description on my last couple of streams. So y'all guys can come tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to Chad Christian YouTube channel. If you don't see the link down in the description, I will make sure it's posted there. Also, you could just go to YouTube and type in Chad Christian. I will be live on this YouTube channel on this live stream tomorrow. So check it out. We're gonna have us some fun, and they gonna try. I guess they gonna pick my brain, but I'm ready. I'm ready. Always ready for it. All right. Thank y'all guys very much for coming through. This is your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. We are signing out. I will see y'all Monday for Monday Morning Hangover. Peace.